As you can see, the title, we're going to be listening to the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. This is another one of those thought-provoking books. And hope you guys enjoy it. I realize people have been liking the book club series a lot, so it literally just motivates me to just keep coming back every single day with another video. So shout out to y'all who are always popping in live, even if you don't stay for the whole stream. I really do appreciate you. So, like I said, tonight we're gonna be listening to the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. So, it's not a long book. It's only 2 hours and 30 minutes. So we should get through with this tonight by tonight. Hopefully, if everything goes as smooth. So I'm going ahead and play it. And for those that come in late, well, the early bird gets the worm.
The history of the tablets translated in the following pages is strange and beyond the belief of modern scientists. Their antiquity is stupendous, dating back some 36,000 years BC. The writer is Thoth, an Atlantean priest king who founded a colony in ancient Egypt after the sinking of the mother country. He was the builder of the Great Pyramid of Giza, erroneously attributed to Cheops. In it, he incorporated his knowledge of the ancient wisdom and also securely secreted records and instruments of ancient Atlantis. For some 16,000 years, he ruled the ancient race of Egypt, from approximately 52,000 BC to 36,000 BC. At that time, the ancient barbarous race among which he and his followers had settled had been raised to a high degree of civilization. Thoth was an immortal. That is, he had conquered death, passing only when he willed, and even then not through death. His vast wisdom made him ruler over the various Atlantean colonies, including the ones in South and Central America. When the time came for him to leave Egypt, he erected the Great Pyramid over the entrance to the Great Halls of Amenti, placed in it his records, and appointed guards for his secrets from among the highest of his people. In later times, the descendants of these guards became the pyramid priest, by which Thoth was deified as the god of wisdom, the recorder, by those in the age of darkness which followed his passing. In legend, the halls of Amenti became the underworld, the halls of the gods, where the soul passed after death for judgment. During later ages, the ego of Thoth passed into the bodies of men in the manner described in the tablets. As such, he incarnated 3 times, in his last being known as Hermes, the thrice-born. In this incarnation, he left the writings known to modern occultists as the Emerald Tablets, a later and far lesser exposition of the ancient mysteries. The tablets translated in this work are 10, which were left in the Great Pyramid in the custody of the pyramid priest. The 10 are divided into 13 parts for the sake of convenience. The last 2 are so great and far-reaching in their import that at present it is forbidden to release them to the world at large. However, in those contained herein are secrets which will...
You said what I look at? If you ask me what I'm looking at on the screen, I'm actually reading the book, actually. Because as it's playing the audio book, the book is, the words are actually on the screen. So that's what you asked me. What am I looking at? I'm just reading a book.
Of inestimable value to the serious student. They should be read not once, but 100 times, for only thus can the true meaning be revealed. A casual reading will give glimpses of beauty, but more intensive study will open avenues of wisdom to the seeker. But now, a word as to how these mighty secrets came to be revealed to modern man after being hidden so long.
Like I say, they said you gotta read this book 100 times before the true secret is revealed. I'm only on this. This like my third time reading it, so I still got 97, 97 more times. But I do like understand what this book is about. I do understand the magic that's in it, that's hidden in it. But I understand when they say you gotta read it a bunch of times before you get it all. Like we just finished The Alchemist, and I read that book quite a few times. But the last time I read it, like it was new things that I didn't hear the last other time. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be things in this book that I didn't hear the last time. Like so, that's why you gotta keep rereading it, keep listening to stuff. I do the same shit. Yeah, we all do that shit.
Some 1,300
I
years
mean, we
be-
all supposed to. We all don't, but we all supposed to. Some people read it, pick up a book once, and put it down. Never get the full understanding of what it meant. Like so, shit. But people do it with music. Like they repeat the same music all the time, and then each time you probably hear something you didn't hear before. That's how it goes.
Egypt, the ancient Kim, was in turmoil and many delegations of priests were sent to other parts of the world. Among these were some of the pyramid priests who carried with them the emerald tablets as a talisman by which they could exercise authority over the less advanced priestcraft of races descended from other Atlantean colonies. The tablets were understood from legend to give the bearer authority from Thoth. The particular group of priests bearing the tablets immigrated to South America, where they found a flourishing race, the Maya, who remembered much of the ancient wisdom. Among these, the priests settled and remained. In the 10th century, the Maya had thoroughly settled the Yucatan, and the tablets were placed beneath the altar of one of the great temples of the sun god. After the conquest of the Maya by the Spaniards, the cities were abandoned and the treasures of the temples forgotten. It should be understood that the great
Like reading books like this, like most people, most humans on this planet think like the planet was like we came here 2,000 years ago. Like that's when humans came here. Only that long ago. But this book could tell you, and different other books would tell you, there was people here 50,000 years ago. Like that, way, way, way before Adam and Eve was supposedly here on this planet. Like this planet didn't start with Adam and Eve, but the Bible do say that. But that's just a metaphor for another meaning. Like yeah, that could have been like the beginning of Jesus. I mean, not Jesus, but God's lineage. But there's other people on this planet. That's how shit. If you read the Bible in Genesis, it'll tell you like the brother had left with some other people or went to a land where other people was already at. So I don't know. But people been here for a long fucking time, and I understand that most people think like shit. Black people think their history started in the fucking slavery. Like they think they was stolen from Africa. Actually, they was sold into Africa by other black people, like other fucking white people. Like, but most people don't understand that because they don't read, they don't study for themselves. Me, I love history, so I'm always reading something. I'm always researching something, and I'm always learning some shit. So
pyramid of Egypt has been and still is a temple of initiation into the mysteries. Jesus, Solomon, Apollonius, and others were initiated there. The writer, who has a connection with the Great White Lodge, which also works through the pyramid priesthood, was instructed to recover and return to the Great Pyramid the ancient tablets. This, after adventures which need not be detailed here, was accomplished. Before returning them, he was given permission to translate and retain a copy of the wisdom engraved on the tablets. This was done in 1925, and only now has permission been given for part to be published. It is expected that many will scoff, yet the true student will read between the lines and gain wisdom. If the light is in you, the light which is engraved in these tablets will respond.
And that's the thing. Most people do not read between the lines. The Bible is about reading between the lines. It's not about like what it says on the paper or the in the book. It's about always reading between the lines. Like so, I've always been able to do that. That's always been one of my gifts. It's just like understand like what a person is truly saying and what they truly mean. Cause it ain't never about what you hear a person say. It's what they didn't say. Like truly, that'd be more important. So read between those lines.
Now, a word as to the material aspect of the tablets. They consist of 12 tablets of emerald green formed from a substance created through an alchemical transmutation. They are imperishable, resistant to all elements and substances. In effect, the atomic and cellular structure is fixed, no change ever taking place. In this respect, they violate the material law of ionization. Upon them are engraved characters in the ancient Atlantean language, characters which respond to attuned thought waves, releasing the associated mental vibration in the mind of the reader. The tablets are fastened together with hoops of golden-colored alloy suspended from a rod of the same material. So much for the material appearance. The wisdom contained therein is the foundation of the ancient mysteries. And for the one who reads with open eyes and mind, his wisdom shall be increased 100-fold. Read, believe or not, but read, and the vibration found therein will awaken a response in your soul. In cosmic harmony, Duriel, supreme voice of the Brotherhood. In the following pages, I will reveal some of the mysteries which as yet have only been touched upon lightly either by myself or other teachers or students of truth. Man's search for understanding of the laws which regulate his life have been unending, yet always just beyond the veil which shields the higher planes from material man's vision, the truth has existed, ready to be assimilated by those who enlarge their vision by turning inward, not outward, in their search. In the silence of material senses lies the key to the unveiling of wisdom. He who talks does not know. He who knows does not talk. The highest knowledge is unutterable, for it exists as an entity in lanes which transcend all material words or symbols. All symbols are but keys to doors leading to truths, and many times the door is not opened because the key seems so great that the things which are beyond it are not visible. If we can understand that all keys, all material symbols are manifestations, are but extensions of a great law and truth, we will begin to develop the vision which will enable us to penetrate beyond the veil. All things in all universes move according to law, and the law which regulates the movement of the planets is no more immutable than the law which regulates the material expressions of man. One of the greatest of all cosmic laws is that which is responsible for the formation of man as a material being. The great aim of the mystery schools of all ages has been to reveal the workings of the law which connect man, the material, and man, the spiritual. The connecting link between the material man and the spiritual man is the intellectual man, for the mind partakes of both the material and immaterial qualities. The aspirant for higher knowledge must develop the intellectual side of his nature and so strengthen his will that it is able to concentrate all powers of his being on and in the plane he desires. The great search for light, life, and love only begins on the material plane. Carried to its ultimate, its final goal is complete oneness with the universal consciousness. The foundation in the material is the first step. Then comes the higher goal of spiritual attainment. In the following pages, I will give an interpretation of the emerald tablets and their secret, hidden, and esoteric meanings. Concealed in the words of Thoth are many meanings that do not appear on the surface. Light of knowledge brought to bear upon the tablets will open many new fields for thought. Read and be wise, but only if the light of your own consciousness awakens the deep-seated understanding which is an inherent quality of the soul. In the threefold light, Duriel. the Atlantean, master of mysteries, keeper of records, mighty king, magician living from generation to generation, being about to pass into the halls of Amenti, set down for the guidance of those that are to come after, these records of the mighty wisdom of great Atlantis. In the great city of Kior on the island of Undal, in a time far past, I began this incarnation. Not as the little men of the present age did the mighty ones of Atlantis live and die, but rather from eon to eon did they renew their life in the halls of Amenti where the river of life flows eternally onward. 100 times 10 have I descended the dark way that led into light, and as many times have I ascended from the darkness into the light, my strength and power renewed. Now for a time I descend, and the men of Kim shall know me no more. But in a time yet unborn will I rise again, mighty and potent, requiring an accounting of those left behind me. Then beware, O men of Kim, if ye have falsely betrayed my teaching, for I shall cast ye down from your estate into the darkness of the caves from whence ye came. Betray not my secrets to the men of the north, or the men of the south, lest my curse fall upon ye. Remember and heed my words, for surely I will return again and require of thee that which ye guard. Aye, even from beyond time, and from beyond death will I return, rewarding or punishing as ye have requited your trust. Great were my people in the ancient days, great beyond the conception of the little people now around me, knowing the wisdom of old, seeking far within the heart of infinity knowledge that belonged to earth's youth. Wise were we with the wisdom of the children of light who dwelt among us. Strong were we with the power drawn from the eternal fire. And all of these, greatest among the children of men was my father, Thoth, keeper of the great temple, link between the children of light who dwelt within the temple and the races of men who inhabited the 10 islands, mouthpiece, after the 3 of the dweller of Unal, speaking to the kings with the voice that must be obeyed. Grew I there from a child into manhood, being taught by my father the elder mysteries, until in time there grew within the fire of wisdom, until it burst into a consuming flame. Naught desired I but the attainment of wisdom, until on a great day the command came from the dweller of the temple that I be brought before him. Few there were among the children of men who had looked upon that mighty face and lived, for not as the sons of men are the children of light when they are not incarnate in a physical body. Chosen was I from the sons of men, taught by the dweller so that his purposes might be fulfilled, purposes yet unborn in the womb of time. Long ages I dwelt in the temple, learning ever and yet ever more wisdom until I too approached the light emitted from the great fire. Taught me he the path to Amenti, the underworld where the great king sits upon his throne of might. Deep I bowed in homage before the lords of life and the lords of death, receiving as my gift the key of life. Free was I of the halls of Amenti, bound not by death to the circle of life. Far to the stars I journeyed until space and time became as naught. Then, having drunk deep of the cup of wisdom, I looked into the hearts of men, and there I found greater mysteries and was glad. For only in the search for truth could my soul be stilled and the flame within be quenched. Down through the ages I lived, seeing those around me taste of the cup of death and return again in the light of life. Gradually from the kingdoms of Atlantis passed waves of consciousness that had been one with me, only to be replaced by spawn of a lower star. In obedience to the law, the word of the master grew into flower. Downward into the darkness turned the thoughts of the Atlanteans, until at last in this wrath arose from his Agwanti the dweller, speaking the word, calling the power. Deep in earth's heart the sons of Amenti heard, and hearing, directing the changing of the flower of fire that burns eternally,
Make sure y'all give this
changing and
video a
shifting,
thumbs up. I really
using the
appreciate it.
logos, until the great fire changed its direction. Over the world then broke the great waters, drowning and sinking, changing Earth's balance until only the Temple of Light was left standing on the great mountain on Undal, still rising out of the water. Some there were who were living, saved from the rush of the fountains. Called to me then the Master, saying, Gather ye together my people. Take them by the arts ye have learned afar across the waters, until ye reach the land of the hairy barbarians, dwelling in caves of the desert. Follow there the plan that ye know of. Gathered I then my people, and entered the great ship of the Master. Upward we rose into the morning. Dark beneath us lay the temple. Suddenly over it rose the waters, vanished from earth, until the time appointed was the great temple. Fast we fled toward the sun of the morning, until beneath us lay the land of the children of Kim. Raging they came with cudgels and spears, lifted in anger, seeking to slay and utterly destroy the...
When they mention the people of Kim, that's the people of Egypt. Like, so the ancient Kemetic laws, that's Egypt. That's black people. That's Thoth. That's the god of wisdom. Well, his real name is not Thoth. His real name is Tahuti, but that's what the world knows him as. If you've seen the movie The Gods of Egypt, uh, Chadwick Boseman played Thoth. That was his character. Like, so, yeah. If you haven't seen it, I wouldn't recommend that movie for the simple fact they had all white people as gods except for the god of wisdom, Chadwick Boseman. Like, so how the fuck you gonna have a movie about the gods of Egypt, but it's only one black person? Like, it didn't make no sense.
Sons of Atlantis. Then raised I my staff, and directed a ray of vibration, striking them still in their tracks as fragments of stone of the mountain. Then spoke I to them in words calm and peaceful, telling them of the might of Atlantis, saying we were children of the sun and its messengers. Cowed I them by my display of magic science, until at my feet they groveled, when I released them. Long dwelt we in the land of Kim, long and yet long again, until obeying the commands of the Master, who while sleeping yet lives eternally, I sent from me the sons of Atlantis, sent them in many directions, that from the womb of time wisdom might rise again in her children. Long time dwelt I in the land of Kim, doing great works by the wisdom within me. Upward grew into the light of knowledge the children of Kim, watered by the rains of my wisdom. Blasted I then a path to Amenti, so that I might retain my powers, living from age to age a son of Atlantis, keeping the wisdom, preserving the records. Great grew the sons of Kim, conquering the people around them, growing slowly upwards in soul force. Now for a time I go from among them into the dark halls of Amenti, deep in the halls of the earth.
All I know is I
Before the
smoke it
lords
by
of
the
the
pound, my
powers,
brother.
face to face once again with the dweller.
I live in Las Vegas, so I go to Cali all the fucking time. And yeah, I'm not about to be spending my money on so-called za and exotic when like shit that shit smoke just like fucking regular. Like I done smoked the top quality and it didn't fucking get me high. But my shit is Kush, like so. Whatever you, how you gonna say I'm smoking regular? I ain't even told nobody what I smoke. But at the same time, I realize you're just a troll. Like, you just want to be seen. You just want me to reply to you. You probably are in a state that weed ain't even legal in, so you don't even know what the fuck is fucking regular. It's about a pound because it's regular, bro. This book is trying to help people grow and evolve, and you talking about the weed I'm smoking. Fix your mindset, because you got a fucked up mentality. Talk about smoking regular. What is you smoking? Like, hey, to put it in the chat, what is you smoking? And he said, I'm mad. What I gotta be mad for? Just saying, like, you just be throwing, you just came in throwing a vibe off. What you smoking on? Let me know right now what you smoke, what you got. And then we can research this shit, see what's the THC levels, the terpentine levels. Like, yeah, let's see what you smoking on. Like, since You smoking on exotic. I want to see if your shit is exotic. Because if it ain't, hash rosin. All right, I'm about to research this right now. If you smoking hash, bruh, I ain't even gonna knock you for smoking hash. I fuck with hash. Hash rosin. We gonna see what your THC levels is. I know for one thing that ain't no za, because hash is fucking been around just as long as fucking all them other strains. The OG strains, like hash does get you higher though. Like I ain't even gonna lie. My bad, y'all, for getting distracted, but he started talking about weed. Trying to see what he's smoking. Getting distracted and shit. Make sure y'all get this video a thumbs up, please. Bro, you're not even smoking a strain. Like, you're smoking hash. That's what I figured. Like, which strain is you smoking? Cause I could add hash to my fucking regular weed, and then that shit'll fucking boost it up to make it smoke. So, hash is not no fucking strain. We're about to play this book. You fucking distraction.
Raised high over the entrance, a doorway, a gateway leading down to a minty. Few there would be with courage to dare it. Few pass the portal to dark Minty. Raised over the passage a mighty pyramid, using the power that overcomes earth force. Deep and yet deeper place I a force house or chamber. From it carved I a circular passage reaching almost to the great summit. There in the apex set I the crystal, sending the ray into the time-space, drawing the force from out of the ether, concentrating upon the gateway to Amenti. Other chambers I built and left vacant to all seeming, yet hidden within them are the keys to Amenti. He who in courage would dare the dark realms, let him be purified first by long fasting. Lie in the sarcophagus of stone in my chamber. Then reveal I to him the great mysteries. Soon shall he follow to where I shall meet him. Even in the darkness of earth shall I meet him. I, Thoth, Lord of wisdom, meet him and hold him and dwell with him always. Built I the great pyramid, patterned after the pyramid of earth force, burning eternally so that it too might remain through the ages. In it I built my knowledge of magic science so that I might be here when again I return from Amenti. I, while I sleep in the halls of Amenti, my soul being free will incarnate, dwell among men in this form or another. Emissary on earth am I of the dweller, fulfilling his commands so many might be lifted. Now return I to the halls of Amenti, leaving behind me some of my wisdom. Preserve ye and keep ye the command of the dweller. Lift ever upwards your eyes toward the light. Surely in time ye are one with the Master. Surely by right ye are one with the Master. Surely by right ye are one with the All. Now I depart from ye. Know my commandments, keep them and be them, and I will be with you, helping and guiding you into the light. Now before me opens the portal. Go I down in the darkness of the night. Deep in earth's heart lie the halls of Amenti, far neath the islands of sunken Atlantis, halls of the dead and halls of the living, bathed in fire of the infinite all. Far in a past time, lost in the space-time, the children of light looked down on the world. Seeing the children of men in their bondage, bound by the force that came from beyond, knew they that only by freedom from bondage could man ever rise from earth to the sun. Down they descended in created bodies, taking the semblances of men as their own. The masters of everything said after their forming, "We are they who were formed from the space dust, partaking of life from the infinite all, living in the world as children of men, like and yet unlike the children of men." Then, for a dwelling place far neath the earth crust, blasted great spaces they by their power, spaces apart from the children of men, surrounded them by forces and power, shielded from harm, they the halls of the dead. Side by side then placed they other spaces, filled them with life and with light from above. Builded they then the halls of Amenti, that they might dwell eternally there, living with life to eternity's end. 32 were there of the children, sons of light who had come among men, seeking to free from the bondage of darkness those who were bound by the force from beyond. Deep in the halls of life grew a flower.
I was just researching the Mac 1. Like, your shit is what, 20 to 23% THC level? That is not strong. Like, yeah, it got a fancy name to it. Hash to your shit gon' smoke. But off the back, like, that's some fucking mid. So, and you probably live in a state where weed ain't even fucking legal. Like, so then you don't even know what you truly getting. Like, so. Space dust. I'm about to research that. Dances Tonight wasn't talking shit, so I ain't even gonna, like, how much is research to see what that is, because I ain't never had space dust.
Expanding, driving backward the night. Placed in the center, a ray of great potence, life-giving, light-giving, filling with power all who came near it. Placed they around it thrones, 32, places for each of the children of light, placed so that they were bathed in the radiance filled with the life from the eternal light. There, time after time, placed they their first created bodies so that they might be filled with the spirit of life. 100 years out of each 1,000 must the life-giving light flame forth on their bodies, quickening, awakening the spirit of life. There, in the circle from eon to eon, sit the great masters.
Oh, he smoking space dust?
Among men.
Hey, it's a strain called space dust too, because I just
they
researched
lie
it.
sleeping. Free flows their soul through the bodies of men. Time after time, while their bodies lie sleeping, incarnate they in the bodies of men, teaching and guiding onward and upward out of the dark.
That's exactly why this book in the beginning says you have to read it 100 times. Because if you read it once or twice, like, you're gonna get distracted while you reading this book. Like, I missed the space dust stuff. Like, so I thought you was talking about some weed shit. But it made me, like, I got distracted searching weed for weed. But me, I know I'm gonna read this book again, so it's cool if I don't catch it the first time or the second time or the third time. Like, shit, I got what, 97 more times to read this fucking book. Like, so, and I'm gonna really be dedicated to it. I ain't gonna probably do it every day, but in my lifetime, by the time I pass away, I will have read this book at least 100 times. So I need to read some more. I need to stop getting distracted. Fucking blowings. What is that? FFA 420. Stop being a distraction.
Into the light. There in the hall of life, filled with their wisdom, known not to the races of man, living forever neath the cold fire of life, sit the children of light. Times there are when they awaken, come from the depths to be lights among men, infinite they among finite. He who by progress has grown from the darkness, lifted himself from the night into light. Free is he made of the halls of Amenti, free of the flower of light and of life. Guided he then by wisdom and knowledge passes from men to the master of life. There he may dwell as one with the masters, free from the bonds of the darkness of night. Seated within the flower of radiance sit 7 lords from the space-times above us, helping and guiding through infinite wisdom the pathway through the time of the children of men. Mighty and strange they, veiled with their power, silent, all-knowing, drawing the life force, different, yet one with the children of men. Aye, different, and yet one with the children of light. Custodians and watchers of the force of man's bondage, ready to loose when the light has been reached. First and most mighty sits the veiled presence, Lord of Lords, the infinite Nine, over the other from each cosmic cycle, weighing and watching the progress of men. Under he sits the Lord of the cycles, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, each with his mission, each with his power, guiding, directing the destiny of man. There sit they, mighty and potent, free of all time and space. Not of this world they, yet akin to it, elder brothers they of the children of men, judging and weighing, they with their wisdom, watching the progress of light among men. There before them was I led by the dweller, watched him blend with one from above. Then from he came forth a voice saying, Great art thou, Thoth, among children of men, free henceforth of the halls of Amenti, master of life among children of men. Taste not of death except as thou wilt, drink thou of life to eternity's end. Henceforth forever is life, thine for the taking. Henceforth is death at the call of thy hand. Dwell here or leave here when thou desireth. Free is Amenti to the Son of Man. Take thou up life in what form thou desireth, child of the light that has grown among men. Choose thou thy work, for all must labor, never be free from the pathway of light. One step thou hast gained on the long pathway upward, infinite now is the mountain of light. Each step thou taketh but heightens the mountain, all of thy progress but lengthens the goal. Approach ye ever the infinite wisdom, ever before thee recedes the goal. Free are ye made now of the halls of Amenti to walk hand in hand with the lords of the world, one in one purpose, working together, bringers of light to the children of men. Then from his throne came one of his masters, taking my hand and leading me onward through all the halls of the deep hidden land. Led he me through the halls of Amenti, showing the mysteries that are known not to man. Through the dark passage, downward he led me, into the hall where sits the dark death. Vast as space lay the great hall before me, walled by darkness but yet filled with light. Before me arose a great throne of darkness, veiled on it sat a figure of night. Darker than darkness sat the great figure, dark with a darkness not of the night. Before it then paused the master, speaking the word that brings about life, saying, O master of darkness, guide of the way from life unto life, before thee I bring a son of the morning. Touch him not ever with the power of night. Call not his flame to the darkness of night. Know him and see him, one of our brothers, lifted from darkness into the light. Release thou his flame from its bondage, free let it flame through the darkness of night. Raise then the hand of the figure, forth came a flame that grew clear and bright, rolled back swiftly the curtain of darkness, unveiled the hall from the darkness of night. Then grew in the great space before me flame after flame from the veil of the night. Uncounted millions leaped they before me, some flaming forth as flowers of fire. Others there were that shed a dim radiance, flowing but faintly from out of the night. Some there were that faded swiftly, others that grew from a small spark of light, each surrounded by its dim veil of darkness, yet flaming with light that could never be quenched. Coming and going like fireflies in springtime, filled they with space, with light and with life. I, Death, Come, and yet I remain not, for life eternal exists in thee all. Only an obstacle I in the pathway, quick to be conquered by the infinite light. Awaken, O flame that burns ever inward, flame forth and conquer the veil of the night. Then, in the midst of the flames, in the darkness grew there one that drove forth the night, flaming, expanding, ever brighter, until at last was nothing but light. Then spoke my guide, the voice of the Master. See your own soul as it grows in the light, free now forever from the Lord of the night. Forward he led me through many great spaces filled with the mysteries of the children of light. Mysteries that man may never yet know of until he, too, is a son of the light. Backward then he led me into the light of the hall of the light. Knelt I then before the great masters, lords of all from the cycles above. Spoke he then with words of great power, saying, Thou hast been made free of the halls of Amenti. Choose thou thy work among the children of men. Then spoke I, O great Master, let me be a teacher of men, leading them onward and upward until they too are lights among men, freed from the veil of the night that surrounds them, flaming with light that shall shine among men. Spoke to me then the voice, Go as ye will, so be it decreed. Master are ye of your destiny, free to take or reject at will. Take ye the power, take ye the wisdom. Shine as a light among the children of men. Upward then led me the dweller. Dwelt I again among children of men, teaching and showing some of my wisdom. Son of the light, a fire among men. Now again I tread the path downward, seeking the light in the darkness of night. Hold ye and keep ye, preserve my record. Guide shall it be to the children of men. I, Thoth, the Atlantean, give of my wisdom, give of my knowledge, give of my power. Freely I give to the children of men. Give that they too might have wisdom to shine through the world from the veil of the night. Wisdom is power, and power is wisdom, one with each other, perfecting the whole. Be thou not proud, O man, in thy wisdom. Discourse with the ignorant as well as the wise. If one comes to thee full of knowledge, listen and heed, for wisdom is all. Keep thou not silent when evil is spoken, for truth like the sunlight shines above all. He who oversteppeth the law shall be punished, for only through law comes the freedom of men. Follow thine heart during thy lifetime. Do thou more than is commanded of thee. When thou hast gained riches, follow thou thine heart, for all these are of no avail if thine heart be weary. Diminish thou not the time of following thine heart. It is abhorred of the soul. They that are guided go not astray, but they that are lost cannot find a straight path. If thou go among men, make for thyself love, the beginning and end of the heart. If one cometh unto thee for counsel, let him speak freely, that the thing for which he hath come to thee may be done. If he hesitates to open his heart to thee, it is because thou, the judge, doeth the wrong. Repeat thou not extravagant speech, neither listen thou to it, for it is the utterance of one not in equilibrium. Speak thou not of it, so that he before thee may know wisdom. Silence is of great profit. An abundance of speech profiteth nothing. Exalt not thine heart above the children of men, lest it be brought lower than the dust. If thou be great among men, be honored for knowledge and gentleness. If thou seekest to know the nature of a friend, ask not his companion, but pass a time alone with him. Debate with him, testing his heart by his words and his bearing. That which goeth into the storehouse must come forth, and the things that are thine must be shared with a friend. Knowledge is regarded by the fool as ignorance, and the things that are profitable are to him hurtful. He liveth in death. It is therefore his food. The wise man lets his heart overflow, but keeps silent his mouth. O man, list to the voice of wisdom. List to the voice of light. Mysteries there are in the cosmos that unveiled filled the world with their light. Let he who would be free from the bonds of darkness first divine the material from the immaterial, the fire from the earth. For know ye that as earth descends to earth, so also fire ascends into fire and becomes one with fire. He who knows the fire that is within himself shall ascend until the eternal fire and dwell in it eternally. Fire, the inner fire, is the most potent of all force, for it overcometh
As you
all
can see, I'm
things
coughing
and
before I'm
penetrates to
smoking.
all things of the earth.
I'm still getting over my cough.
Man
COVID.
supports himself only on that which resists.
That's the only
So
reason I'm
earth
coughing.
must resist man, else he existeth not. All eyes do not see with
Even
the
though
same
smoking
vision.
don't make it no better.
For to one an object appears
Just
of
make
one
me
form and
comfortable.
color, and to a different eye of another. So also the infinite fire, changing from color to color, is never the same from day to day. Thus speak I, Thoth, of my wisdom. For man is a fire burning bright through the night, never is quenched in the veil of the darkness, never is quenched by the veil of the night. Hark ye, O man, and list to this wisdom. Where do name and form cease? Only in consciousness, invisible, an infinite force of radiance bright. The forms that ye create by brightening thy vision are truly effects that follow thy cause. Man is a star bound to a body, until in the end he is freed through his strife. Only struggle and toiling thy
As long as you got over it. Like, COVID fucked me up too for like 3 days in this month. So I couldn't hop on the live. But yeah, like I was drained. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat nothing. All I wanted to do was like stay in the bed. Like then I was getting super hot when I would get under the cover, and then be super sweaty, get super cold. Like that shit was fucking sucky. But so when I got over it, then Nevada was like, "Yep, no more masks." So they took off the mask mandate. So yeah, it lasted pretty quick for me. Like my wife had caught it first, and then she gave it to me, obviously. But she had a little longer. But that wasn't the first time I caught COVID. I think I caught it like 3 times. But the last time is the first time I took a test, like the COVID test. So that's how I knew I had it. But I felt that feeling before. I felt that sickness before. That's how I know I caught it before. So, man, this shit is about to be just like the flu. It ain't gonna go nowhere. Shit. So.
shall the star within thee bloom out in new life. He who knows the commencement of all things, free
Glad you're
is his
feeling
star
better,
from
though,
the
man,
realms
since
of night.
Glad you're
Remember,
feeling
O man, that all which exists is only another form of that which exists not. Everything that has being is passing into yet other being, and thou thyself are not an exception. Consider the law, for all is law. Seek not that which is not of the law, for such exist only in the illusions of the senses. Wisdom cometh to all her children, even as they cometh unto wisdom. All through the ages the light has been hidden. Awake, O man, and be wise. Far neath the earth crust, in the halls of Amenti, mysteries I saw that are hidden from men. Oft have I journeyed the deep hidden passage, looked on the light that is life among men. There, neath the flowers of life ever living, searched I the hearts and the secrets of men. Found I that man is but living in darkness, light of the great fire is hidden within. Before the lords of hidden Amenti, learned I the wisdom I given to men. Masters are they of the great secret wisdom, brought from the future of infinity's end. 7 are they, the lords of Amenti, overlords they of the children of morning, sons of the cycles, masters of wisdom. Formed are not they as the children of men? 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9 are the titles of the masters of men. Far from the future, formless yet forming, came they as teachers for the children of men. Live they forever, yet not of the living, bound not to life, and yet free from death. Rule they forever with infinite wisdom, bound yet not bound to the dark halls of death. Life they have in them, yet life that is not life. Free from all are the lords of the all. Forth from them came forth the Logos, instruments they of the power over all. Vast is their countenance, yet hidden in smallness, formed by forming,
If you haven't given the
known
video
yet
thumbs up
unknown.
yet, can you please tap
3
that like
holds the
button?
key of all hidden magic, creator he of the halls of the dead, sending forth power, shrouding with darkness, binding the souls of the children of men, sending the darkness, binding the soul force, director of negative to the children of men. 4 is he who looses the power, Lord he of life to the children of men, light in his body, flame in his countenance, freer of souls to the children of men. 5 is the master, the Lord of all magic, key to the word that resounds among men. 6 is the Lord of light, the hidden pathway, part of the souls of the children of men. 7 is he who is Lord of the vastness, master of space and the key of the times. 8 is he who orders the progress, weighs and balances the journey of men. 9 is the Father, vast he of countenance, forming and changing from out of the formless. Meditate on the symbols I give thee. Keys are they, though hidden from men. Reach ever upward, O soul of the morning. Turn thy thoughts upward to light and to life. Find in the keys of the numbers I bring thee, light on the pathway from life unto life. Seek ye with wisdom. Turn thy thoughts inward. Close not thy mind to the flower of light. Place in thy body a thought-formed picture. Think of the numbers that lead thee to life. Clear is the pathway to he who has wisdom. Open the door to the kingdom of light. Pour forth thy flame as a sun of the morning. Shut out the darkness and live in the day. Take thee, O man, as part of thy being. The 7 who are but are not as they seem. Open, O man, have I my wisdom. Follow the path in the way I have led. Masters of wisdom, son of the morning, light and life to the children of men. List ye, O man, to the voice of wisdom. List to the voice of Thoth the Atlantean. Freely I give to thee of my wisdom, gathered from the time and space of this cycle. Master of mysteries, son of the morning, living forever, a child of the light, shining with brightness, star of the morning. Thoth, the teacher of men, is of all. A long time ago, I in my childhood lay neath the stars on long-buried Atlantis, dreaming of mysteries far above men. Then in my heart grew there a great longing to conquer the pathway that led to the stars. Year after year I sought after wisdom, seeking new knowledge, following the way, until at last my soul, in great travail, broke from its bondage and bounded away. Free was I from the bondage of earthmen. Free from the body I flashed through the night. Unlocked at last for me was the star space. Free was I from the bondage of night. Now to the end of space sought I wisdom, far beyond knowledge of finite man. Far into space my soul traveled freely into infinity's circle of light. Strange beyond knowledge were some of the planets, great and gigantic beyond dreams of men, yet found I law in all of its beauty, working through and among them as here among men. Flashed forth my soul through infinity's beauty, far through space I flew with my thoughts. Rested I there on a planet of beauty. Strains of harmony filled all the air. Shapes there were moving, in order great and majestic as stars in the night, mounting in harmony, ordered equilibrium, symbols of the cosmic, like unto all. Many the stars I passed in my journey, many the races of men on their worlds, some reaching high as stars of the morning, some falling low in the blackness of night, each and all of them struggling upward, gaining the heights and plumbing the depths, moving at times in realms of brightness, living through darkness, gaining the light. Know, O man, that light is thine heritage. Know that darkness is only a veil. Sealed in thine heart is brightness eternal, waiting the moment of freedom to conquer, waiting to rend the veil of the night. Some I found who had conquered the ether. Free of space were they while yet they were men. Using the force that is the foundation of all things, far in space constructed they a planet, drawn by the force that flows through the all, condensing, coalescing the ether into forms that grew as they willed, outstripping in science, they, all of the races, mighty in wisdom, sons of the stars. Long time I paused, watching their wisdom, saw them create from out of the ether cities, gigantic of rose and gold, formed forth from the primal element, base of all matter, the ether far flung. Far in the past they had conquered the ether, freed themselves from the bondage of toil, formed in their mind only a picture and swiftly created, it grew. Forth then my soul sped throughout the cosmos, seeing ever new things and old, learning that man is truly space-born, a son of the sun, a child of the stars. Know ye, O man, whatever from ye inhabit, surely it is one with the stars. Thy bodies are nothing but planets revolving around their central suns. When ye have gained the light of all wisdom, free shall ye be to shine in the ether. One of the suns that light outer darkness, one of the spaceborn grown into light. Just as the stars in time lose their brilliance, light passing from them into the great source, so, O man, the soul passes onward, leaving behind the darkness of night. Forth from ye, from the primal ether, filled with the brilliance that flows from the source, bound by the ether, coalesced around, yet ever it flames until at last it is free. Lift up your flame from out of the darkness, fly from the night, and ye shall be free. Traveled I through the space-time, knowing my soul at last was set free, knowing that now I might pursue wisdom, until at last I passed to a plane hidden from knowledge, known not to wisdom, extension beyond all that we know. Now, O man, when I had this knowing, happy my soul grew, for now I was free. Listen, ye spaceborn, list to my wisdom. Know ye not that ye too will be free? List ye again, O man, to my wisdom, that hearing ye too might live and be free. Not of the earth are ye, earthy, but child of infinite cosmic light. Know ye not, O man, of your heritage? Know ye not ye are truly the light? Son of the great sun, when ye gain wisdom, truly aware of your kinship with light. Now, to ye I give knowledge, freedom to walk in the path I have trod, showing ye truly how by my striving I trod the path that leads to the stars. Hark ye, O man, and know of thy bondage, know how to free thyself from the toils. Out of the darkness shall ye rise upward, one with the light, and one with the stars. Follow ye ever the path of wisdom, only by this can ye rise from below. Ever man's destiny leads him onward into the curves of infinity's all. Know ye, O man, that all space is ordered, only by order are ye one with the all. Order and balance are the law of the cosmos. Follow, and ye shall be one with the all. He who would follow the pathway of wisdom, open must be he to the flower of life, extending his consciousness out of the darkness, flowing through time and space in the all. Deep in the silence, first ye must linger until at last ye are free from desire, free from the longing to speak in the silence. Conquer by silence the bondage of words, abstain from eating until we have conquered desire for food, that is bondage of soul. Then lie ye down in the darkness, close ye your eyes from the rays of the light. Center thy soul in the place of thine consciousness, shaking it free from the bonds of the night. Place in thy mind, place the image thou desired. Picture the place thou desire to see. Vibrate back and forth with thy power. Loosen the soul from out of its night. Fiercely must thou shake with all of thy power, until at last thy soul shall be free. Mighty beyond words is the flame of the cosmic, hanging in planes unknown to man, mighty and balanced, moving in order, music of harmonies far beyond man. Speaking with music, singing with color, flame from the beginning of eternity's all. Spark of the flame art thou, O my children, burning with color and living with music. List to the voice, and thou shalt be free. Consciousness free is fused with the cosmic, one with the order and law of the all. Knew ye not, man, that out of darkness light shall flame forth, a symbol of all? Pray ye this prayer for attaining of wisdom. Pray for the coming of light to the all. Mighty spirit of light that shines through the cosmos, draw my flame closer in harmony to thee. Lift up my fire from out of the darkness, magnet of fire that is one with the all. Lift up my soul, thou mighty and potent, child of the light, turn not away. Draw me in power to melt in thy furnace, all things in one, fire of the life strain and one with the brain. When ye have freed thy soul from its bondage, know that for ye the darkness is gone. Ever through space ye may seek wisdom, bound not by the fetters forged in the flesh. Onward and upward into the morning, free flash, old soul, to the realms of light. Move thou in order, move thou in harmony, freely shalt move with the children of light. Seek ye and know ye my key of wisdom. Thus, O man, ye shall surely be free.
This book like
Oft
some
dream I of
motherfucking.
buried Atlantis, lost.
This book will go over your head. That's why I understand when they say read it 100 times. Cause like even though I read this book 3 times already, this shit still kind of go over my head. It's like I get certain lines, like I understand the book, but overall, I guess the language that he's speaking in, like it's kind of hard for me like to translate everything word for word. Like so, but the more I read, like, and the more times I read it on a constant basis, like, the better understanding I would get. And that's why he said read it 100 times. So this shit is like fucking like a put you to sleep though. Like I'd rather had a been listening to The Alchemist over this book now that I'm listening to it. But I'm like, fuck. It's only 2 hours and 30 minutes. I can get this shit over with. Like, and plus, it'll always be in storage of a video. Like, so people can always go back and like just listen to the video. Like, so yeah, this book is pretty good, but at the same time, it's pretty advanced. Like, you can't be no beginner in spirituality and like get this book. Like this, you would be like, wait, what? I remember the first time I heard this book, I didn't get to the end. I know I didn't get to the end because I'm like, what? And then the second time I went back, it was off my intuition. Just like, some said, read that book. I mean, listen to the book, listen to it. Like, then I got more of an understanding. Then when I be driving, when I like to take road trips with me and my family, so I like to listen to audiobooks. So then I listen to audiobook listen to that, and then got it more, but now I'm like, damn, shit. I miss some things because there's a lot of shit that I don't remember, but it's a lot of shit I do remember. But it's also some shit that's still going over my head. It's like listening to a song and Money Man, for instance, is one of my favorite rappers. But when I first started listening to him, like the way he was rapping, like I couldn't fully understand it, especially what he was talking about. Especially he was talking about some other shit, like some futuristic shit, and I'm like, what? Wait, what? But as I just continued to listen to his music, like I got a full understanding of what he's talking about. So now I ain't got that problem. It seems like a lot to chew on all at once. Yeah, so this book definitely say like uh listen to it 100 times or read it 100 times. So if you was to read it 100 times and not just like every single day, but just over a lifetime, I'm pretty sure as you grow, as I evolve, like I'll get way more of an understanding. Like I said, I do know what it's talking about, but at the same time, to a person who's first listening to this and like they not on that type of spiritual level, it'll just be like, okay, what the fuck am I listening to? Like, I don't get it. But it's videos, like it's people, other books that I read, and like the first time I read it, like it went over my head like hella times, and I'm like, yeah. But when I go back, every time I go back, it's like, oh shit, now I know it. I be getting more epiphanies. I be getting different ideas. just my mind expand more. Like so, let's just tough it out. Like I said, I know this is one of those sleepers, but at the same time, I'm dedicated to finishing things that I start. Like so, I understand if people be like start leaving out, but at the same time, I gotta finish this shit.
In the ages that have passed into night, eon on eon thou existed in beauty, a light shining through the darkness of night. Mighty in power, ruling the earth born, Lord of the earth in Atlantis day, King of the nations, master of wisdom, light through Suntal, keeper of the way, dwelt his temple, the master of Unal, light of the earth in Atlantis day. Master he from a cycle beyond us, living in bodies as one among men, not as the earthborn, he from beyond us, son of a cycle, advance beyond men. Know ye, O man, that Horlet the master was never one with the children of men. Far in the past time when Atlantis first grew as a power, appeared there one with the key of wisdom, showing the way of light to all. Showed he to all men the path of attainment, way of the light that flows among men, mastering darkness, leading the man soul upward to heights that were one with the light. Divided the kingdoms he into sections. 10 were they, ruled by children of men. Upon another built he a temple, built but not by the children of men. Out of the ether called he its substance, molded and formed by the power of Tolan into the forms he built with his mind. Mile upon mile it covered the island, space upon space it grew in its might. Black, yet not black, but dark like space-time, deep in its heart the essence of light. Swiftly the temple grew into being, molded and shaped by the word of the dweller, called from the formless into form. Builded he then within it great chambers, filled them with forms called forth from the ether, filled them with wisdom called forth by his mind. Formless was he within the temple, yet was he formed in the image of men. Dwelling among them, yet not of them, strange and far different was he from the children of men. Choose he then from among the people 3 who became his gateway. Choose he the 3 from the highest to become his links with Atlantis. Messengers they who carried his counsel to the kings of the children of men. Brought he forth others and taught them wisdom, teachers they to the children of men. Placed he them on the island of Undal to stand as teachers of light to men. Each of those who were thus chosen, taught must he be for years 5 and 10. Only thus could he have understanding to bring light to the children of men. Thus there came into being the temple, a dwelling place for the master of men. I, Thoth, have ever sought wisdom, searching in darkness and searching in light. Long in my youth I traveled the pathway, seeking ever new knowledge to gain, until after much striving one of the 3 to me brought the light. Brought he to me the commands of the dweller, called me from the darkness into the light. Brought he me before the dweller, deep in the temple before the great fire.
See, Thoth is a person like all his life he just sought out knowledge. Like that's how I am. Like ever since I was a child. Like even when I was in church, my favorite character was King Solomon because like all he wanted for was wisdom. So God was like, "Oh, since you didn't ask for riches, you didn't ask for like love, none of that. He gave King Solomon all the riches in the world, and he had like 700 wives and stuff like. So I'm like, shit. I always thought King Solomon was dope. So Thoth is a person like who just sought out wisdom his whole life, and he reincarnated 3 times, but he lived like thousands of years. Like so, I'm pretty sure in his lifetime or over time he had just different spirituality depths and rebirths. Because I know I didn't had a lot of uh, restarts in my own life where I just felt like it was a new me being born. Like so, this shit is kind of advanced, but at the same time, like your subconscious is taking it in. Like you probably don't understand it, but your subconscious is listening. So that's all that matters, and like it's expanding your mind either way. So
There on the great throne beheld I the dweller clothed with the light and flashing with fire. Down I knelt before that great wisdom, feeling the light flowing through me in waves. Heard I then the voice of the dweller, O darkness, come into the light. Long have ye sought the pathway to light. Each soul on earth that loosens its fetters shall soon be made free from the bondage of night. Forth from the darkness have ye arisen, closer approached the light of your goal. Here ye shall dwell as one of my children, keeper of records gathered by wisdom, instrument thou of the light from beyond. Ready by thou made to do what is needed, preserver of wisdom through the ages of darkness. That shall come fast on the children of men. Live thee here and drink of all wisdom. Secrets and mysteries unto thee shall unveil. Then I answered the master of cycles, saying, O light that descended to men, give thou to me of thy wisdom, that I might be a teacher of men. Give thou of thy light, that I may be free. Spoke then to me again the master, Age after age shall ye live through your wisdom. Aye, when over Atlantis the ocean waves roll, holding the light, though hidden in darkness, ready to come when over thou shalt call.
Some people think Atlantis was just a myth. Like, nah, that shit is real. Like, Atlantis really sunk. Like, they really destroyed Atlantis because people got greedy with the power. Like, they was an advanced civilization. I mean, like, way advanced than what we are now. Like, that's how most people think. The history is, like, full of dumbass people. Nah, like, they had geniuses. Like, they wasn't brainwashed like we was. They wasn't programmed like we was. Like, they wasn't forced with none of the shit that was trying to keep us asleep. We got some evil motherfuckers today, like the motherfuckers in Atlantis. Like, so I see why Elon Musk is so, like, interested in, like, going to Mars, because he understand, like, they gonna blow this bitch up, like, shit. So Atlantis is very real. Like, whether you believe it or not, whether you know it or not, like, that shit, it'll blow your mind once you start studying stuff like that.
Go thee now and learn greater wisdom. Grow thou through light to infinity's all. Long then dwelt I in the temple of the dweller, until at last I was one with the light. Light there was in ancient Atlantis, yet darkness too was hidden in all. Fell from the light into the darkness some who had risen to heights among men. Proud they became because of their knowledge. Proud were they of their place among men. Deep delved they into the forbidden, opened the gateway that led to below. Sought they to gain ever more knowledge, but seeking to bring it up from below. He who descends below must have balance, else he is bound by lack of our light. Opened they then, by their knowledge, pathways forbidden to man. But in his temple, all-seeing, the dweller lay in his equanti, while through Atlantis his soul roamed free. Saw he the Atlanteans, by their magic, opening the gateway that would bring to earth a great woe. Fast fled his soul then back to his body. Up he arose from his equanti, called he the three mighty messengers, gave the commands that shattered the world. Deep neath earth's crust to the halls of Amenti swiftly descended the dweller. Called he then on the powers of the seven lords wielded, changed the earth's balance. Down sank Atlantis beneath the dark waves. Shattered the gateway that had been opened, shattered the doorway that led down below. All of the islands were shattered except Unal, and part of the island of the sons of the dweller. Preserved he them to be the teachers, lights on the path for those to come after, lights for the lesser children of men. Called he then I Thoth before him, gave me commands for all I should do, saying, Take thou, O Thoth, all of your wisdom, take all your records, take all your magic. Go thou forth as a teacher of men. Go thou forth, reserving the records until in time light grows among men. Light shall thou be all through the ages, hidden yet found by enlightened men. Over all earth give we ye power, free thou to give or take it away. Gather thou now the sons of Atlantis, take them and flee to the people of the rock caves. Fly to the land of the children of Kim. Then gathered I the sons of Atlantis into the spaceship I brought all my records, brought the records of sunken Atlantis. Gathered I all my powers, instruments many of mighty magic. Up then we rose on the wings of the morning. High we arose above the temple, leaving behind the three indweller deep in the halls neath the temple, closing the pathway to the lords of the cycles. Yet, ever to him who has knowing, open shall be the path to Amenti. Fast fled we then on the wings of the morning, fled to the land of the children of Kim. There by my power I conquered and ruled them, raised I to light the children of Kim. Deep neath the rocks I buried my spaceship, waiting the time when man might be free. Over the spaceship erected a marker in the form of a lion, yet like unto man. There, neath the image, rests yet my spaceship, forth to be brought when need shall arise. Know ye, old man, that far in the future invaders shall come from out of the deep. Then awake, ye who have wisdom, bring forth my ship and conquer with ease. Deep neath the image lies my secret. Search and find in the pyramid I built. Each to the other is the keystone, each the gateway that leads into life. Follow the key I leave behind me. Seek, and the doorway to life shall be thine. Seek thou in my pyramid, deep in the passage that ends in a wall. Use thou the key of the seven, and open to thee the pathway will fall. Now unto thee I have given my wisdom. Now unto thee I have given my way. Follow the pathway. Solve thou my secrets. Until thee I have shown the way. Hark ye, old man, to the wisdom of magic. Hark the knowledge of powers forgotten. Long ago, in the days of the first man, warfare began between darkness and light. Men then, as now, were filled with both darkness and light, and while in some darkness held sway, in other light filled the soul. Aye, age-old in this warfare, the eternal struggle between darkness and light, fiercely is fought all through the ages, using strange powers hidden to man.
Ain't it crazy how even in good people we have darkness in us, like we have negative thoughts, and even in bad people there is good in them. Like, yet we still fight and we kill and we, like, I don't know, it's crazy.
The depths, as they're been filled with the blackness, struggling always against the light, but others there are who, filled with brightness, have conquered the darkness of night. Wherever ye may be in all ages and planes, surely ye shall know of the battle with night. Long ages ago, the sons of the morning descending found the world filled with night. There in that past began the struggle, the age-old battle, darkness and light. Many in time were so filled with darkness that only feebly flamed the light from the night. Some they were, masters of darkness, who sought to fill all with their darkness, sought to draw others into their night. Fiercely withstood they, the masters of rightness, fiercely fought they from the darkness of night, sought ever to tighten the fetters, the chains that bind men to the darkness of night. Used they always the dark magic, brought into men by the power of darkness, magic that enshrouded man's soul with darkness. Banded together, as in order, brothers of darkness, they through the ages, antagonists they to the children of men. Walk they always secret and hidden, found, yet not found by the children of men. Forever they walked and worked in darkness, hiding from the light in the darkness of night. Silently, secretly use they their power, enslaving and binding the soul of men. Unseen they come, and unseen they go. Man in his ignorance calls them from below. Dark is the way of the dark brothers travel, dark of the darkness, not of the night. Traveling over earth they walk through man's dreams. Power they have gained from the darkness around them to call other dwellers from out of their plane in ways that are dark and unseen by man. Into man's mind space reach the dark brothers. Around it, they close the veil of their night. There, through its lifetime, that soul dwells in bondage, bound by the fetters of the veil of the night. Mighty are they in the forbidden knowledge, forbidden because it is one with the night. Hark ye, old man, and list to my warning. Be ye free from the bondage of night. Surrender not your soul to the brothers of darkness. Keep thy face ever turned towards the light. Know ye not, O man, that your sorrow only has come through the veil of the night? Aye, man, heed ye my warning. Strive ever upward. Turn your soul toward the light. The brothers of darkness seek for their brothers those who traveled the pathway of light. For well know they that those who have traveled far towards the sun in their pathway of light have great and yet greater power to bind with darkness the children of light. List ye, O man, to he who comes to you, but weigh in the balance if his words be of light. For many there are who walk in dark brightness, and yet are not the children of light. Easy it is to follow their pathway, easy to follow the path that they lead. But yet, O man, heed ye my warning. Light comes only to him who strives. Hard is the pathway that leads to the wisdom. Hard is the pathway that leads to the light. Many shall ye find the stones in your pathway, many the mountains to climb toward the light. Yet know ye, O man, to him that overcometh, free will he be of the pathway of light. For ye know, O man, in the end light must conquer, and darkness and night be banished from light. Listen, O man, and heed ye this wisdom. Even as darkness, so is the light. When darkness is banished, and all veils are rended, out there shall flash from the...
Honestly, listening to this book is like reading the Bible. That's the vibe I get from listening to this book. But if you really listen to it, it's giving you wisdom. Like, it's expanding your mind. That means if you're here right now, that means it's time for you to evolve to another level, like consciously. Like, so that's the only reason you hear this. It's not a coincidence you in this live. Like, so it's time for you to spiritually grow. The things that work for you in the past ain't gonna work for you in the future. What got you to where you at today, it's not gonna get to where you need to. It's not gonna get you to that next level. It's time to like start building a new foundation. Like, so coming to this live like every night, like that's building a new foundation for you. Like you're reading books now every night. Like me, I would read a lot, but I wasn't reading it this much. Now it have became a habit for me to get on this live and listen to a book. I've read more books in the past few days than did in the past couple months. I ain't read that many books in the past couple months, but in the past year, I have read like a bunch of books. So yeah, it's time for you to evolve to a new level. Congratulations.
Darkness, the light. Even as exist among men the dark brothers, so there exist the brothers of light. Antagonists they of the brothers of darkness, seeking to free men from the night. Powers have they, mighty and potent. Knowing the law, the planets obey. Work they ever in harmony and order, freeing the man-soul from its bondage of night. Secret and hidden walk they also. Known not are they to the children of men. Ever have they fought the dark brothers, conquered, and conquering time without end. Yet always light shall in the end be master, driving away the darkness of night. Aye, man, know ye this knowing, always beside thee walk the children of light. Masters they of the sun power, ever unseen yet the guardians of men. Open to all is their pathway, open to he who will walk in the light. Free are they of dark Amenti, free of the halls where life reigns supreme. Sons are they and lords of the morning, children of light to shine among men. Like man, they are and yet are unalike. Never divided were they in the past. One have they been in oneness eternal, throughout all space since the beginning of time. Up did they come in oneness with the All One, up from the first space, formed and unformed. Given to man have they secrets that shall guard and protect him from all harm. He who would travel the path of the Master, free must he be from the bondage of night. Conquer must he the formless and shapeless. Conquer must he the phantom of fear. Knowing must he gain of all the secrets, travel the pathway that leads through the darkness, yet ever before him keep the light of his goal. Obstacles great shall he meet in the pathway, yet press on to the light of the sun. Hear ye, O man, the sun is the symbol of the light that shines at the end of thy road. Now to thee give I the secrets, now to meet the dark power, meet and conquer the fear from the night. Only by knowing can ye conquer, only by knowing can ye have light. Now I give unto thee the knowledge, known to the masters, the knowing that conquers all the dark fears. Use this, the wisdom I give thee. Master thou shalt be of the brothers of night. When unto thee comes a filling, drawing thee nearer to the darker gate, examine thine heart, and find if the filling thou hast had come from within. If thou shalt find the darkness thine own words, banish them forth from the place in thy mind. Send through thy body a wave of vibration, irregular first and regular second, repeating time after time until free. Start the wave force in thy brain center, directed in waves from thine head to thy foot. But if thou findest thine heart is not darkened, be sure that a force is directed to thee. Only by knowing can thou overcome it. Only by wisdom can thou hope to be free. Knowledge brings wisdom, and wisdom is power. Attain, and ye shall have power over all.
You have to face the darkness to know that you can withstand it, to know you can't be phased by it. So you have to go through these tests and obstacles in life to build you up to overcome anything. I've been through so much shit in my life that was supposed to stop me and supposed to hold me back, or was supposed to traumatize me, but I overcame that shit. Now when tests happen in my life, it'd be wait, sometimes it'd be hard, but most of the time it'd be easy because it'd be a repeated test. It's crazy. Now that I've been on this path of chasing my dreams, becoming my best version of myself, like it really turned out for the best for me. And I thank God that I came across these books and shit, different lectures and different people that just expanded my mind on different ways. It just gave me so many different perspectives. And it was from white people, black people, Chinese people, Asian people, Japanese. It don't matter. I've been getting game from everybody. So yeah, it's been working out for me.
Seek ye first a place bound by darkness. Place ye a circle around about thee. Stand erect in the midst of the circle. Use thou this formula, and you shalt be free. Raise thou thine hands to the dark space above thee. Close thou thine eyes and draw in the light. Call to the spirit of the light through the space-time, using these words, and thou shalt be free. Fill thy my body, O spirit of life. Fill thy my body with spirit of light. Come from the flower that shines through the darkness. Come from the halls where 7 lords rule. Name them by name, I, the 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. By their names I call them to aid me, free me, and save me from the darkness of night. Untanus, Quirtus, Cheetal, and Guana, Hurtle, Simveta, Ardal. By their names I implore thee, free me from darkness and fill me with light. Know ye, old man.
So, we was supposed to actually repeat that, stand up in darkness in a circle, and that was kind of like an affirmation. So I never did that meditation, not even this time around. So the next time I listen to this by myself, I'm going to actually do that. I should have did it this one, but I ain't feel like standing up and doing all that. But yeah.
That when ye have done this, ye shall be free from the fetters that bind ye. Cast off the bondage of the brothers of night. See ye not that the names have the power to free by vibration the fetters that bind? Use them at night to free thou thine brother, so that he too may come forth from the night. Thou, O man, art thy brother's helper. Let him not lie in the bondage of night. Now unto thee give I my magic. Take it and dwell on the pathway of light. Light unto thee, life unto thee. Sun may thou be on the cycle above. Hark ye, old man, and list to my voice. Open thy mind space and drink of my wisdom. Dark is the pathway of life that ye travel, many the pitfalls that lie in thy way. Seek ye ever to
My
gain
wife be
greater
complaining that
wisdom.
I bite my nails.
Attain, and it shall
I
be
can't
on
help it.
thy way.
That's how I've been my whole life.
Open thy soul, O man, to the cosmic, and let it flow in as one with thy soul. Light is eternal.
I don't bite my nails down like to the to the flesh, but like I do like I don't know clippers like nail clippers. I don't like using that. I don't know. That always like just irritated me.
And darkness is fleeting. Seek ye ever, O man, for the light. Know ye that ever as light fills thy being, darkness for thee shall soon disappear. Open thy souls to the brothers of brightness. Let them enter and fill thee with light. Lift up thine eyes to the light of the cosmos. Keep thou ever thy face to the goal. Only by gaining the light of all wisdom art thou one with the infinite goal. Seek ye ever the oneness eternal. Seek ever the light of the goal. Light is infinite, and light is finite, separate only by darkness and man. Seek ye to rend the veil of the darkness. Bring thou together the light into one. Hear ye, O man, list to my voice singing the song of light and of life. Throughout all space light is prevalent, encompassing all with its banners of flames. Seek ye forever in the veil of the darkness, somewhere ye shall surely find light. Hidden and buried, lost to man's knowledge, deep in the finite, the infinite exists. Lost but existing, flowing through all things, living in all is the infinite brain. In all space there is only one wisdom. Though seeming divided, it is one in the one. All that exists comes forth from the light, and the light comes forth from the all. Everything created is based upon order. Law rules the space where the infinite dwells. Forth from equilibrium came the great cycles, moving in harmony toward infinity's end. Know ye, O man, that far in this space-time infinity itself shall pass into change. Hear ye and list to the voice of wisdom. Know that all is of all evermore. Know that through time thou may pursue wisdom and find ever more light on the way. Aye, thou shalt find that ever receding, thy goal shall elude thee from day unto day. Long time ago in the halls of Amenti, I, Thoth, stood before the lords of the cycles. Mighty, they in their aspects of power, mighty, they in the wisdom unveiled. Led by the dweller, first did I see them, but afterwards free I was of their presence, free to enter their conclave at will. Oft did I journey down the dark pathway unto the hall where the light ever glows. Learned I of the masters of cycles, wisdom brought from the cycles above us, knowledge brought from infinity's all. Many the questions I asked of the lords of the cycles. Great was the wisdom they gave unto me. Now unto thee I give of this wisdom, drawn from the flame of infinity's fire. Deep in the dark halls sit the seven, units of consciousness from cycles above. Manifest they in this cycle as guide of man to the knowledge of all. Seven are they, mighty in power, speaking these words through men to men. Time after time stood I before them, listening to words that came not with sound. Once said they unto me, O man, wouldst thou gain wisdom? Seek for it in the heart of the flame. Wouldst thou gain knowledge of power? Seek ye it in the heart of the flame. Wouldst be one with the heart of the flame? Seek then within thine own hidden flame. Many the times spoke they to me, teaching me wisdom not of the world, showing me ever new paths to brightness, teaching me wisdom brought from above.
I can't even lie.
Giving knowledge of operation, learning of law, the order of all. Spoke to me again the seven, saying, From far beyond time are we come, O man. Traveled we from beyond the space-time, aye, from the place of infinity's end. When ye and all of thy brethren were formless, formed forth were we from the order of all. Not as men are we, though once we too were as men. Out of the great void were we formed forth in order and by law. For know ye that which is formed truly is formless, having form only to thine eyes. And again unto me spoke the seven, saying, Child of the light, O Thoth, art thou free to travel the bright path upward until at the last all ones become one? Fourth were we formed after our order, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9. Know ye that these are the number of cycles that we descend from unto man, each having here a duty to fulfill, each having here a force to control. Yet are we one with the soul of our cycle. Yet are we two seeking a goal. Far beyond man's conception, infinity extends into a greater than all. There, in a time that is yet not a time, we shall all become one with a greater than all. Time and space are moving in circles. Know ye their law, and ye too shall be free. Aye, free shall ye be to move through the cycles, past the guardians that dwell at the door. Then to me spoke he of nine, saying, Eons and eons have I existed, knowing not life and tasting not death. For know ye, old man, that far in the future life and death shall be one with the all, each so perfected by balancing the other that neither exist in the oneness of all. In men of this cycle the life force is rampant, but life in its growth becomes one with the all. Here I manifest in this your cycle, but yet am I there in your future of time. Yet to me time exists not, for in my world time exists not. For formless are we, life have we not, but yet have existence, fuller and greater and freer than thee. Man is a flame bound to a mountain, but we in our cycle shall ever be free. Know ye, old man, that when ye have progressed into the cycles that lengthen above, life itself will pass to the darkness, and only the essence of soul shall remain.
My room smoky,
then to me spoke the Lord of the Eight, saying, All that ye know is but part of little. Not as yet had ye touched on the great. Far out in space where light reigns supreme, came I into the light. Formed was I also, but not as ye are. Body of light was my formless form formed. Know I not life, and know I not death, yet master am I of all that exists. Seek ye to find the path through the barriers, travel the road that leads to the light. Spoke again to me the nine, saying, Seek ye to find the path to beyond. Not impossible is it to grow to a consciousness above. For when two have become one, and one has become the all, know ye the barrier has lifted, and ye are made free of the road. Grow thou from form to the formless. Free may thou be of the road. Thus, through ages I listened, learning the way to the all. Now lift I my thought to the all thing. List ye and hear when it calls. O light, all-pervading, one with all, and all with one, flow thou to me through the channel. Enter thou so that I may be free. Make me one with the all-soul, shining from the blackness of night. Free let me be of all space-time, free from the veil of the night. I, a child of the light, command, free from the darkness to be. Formless am I to the light soul, formless yet shining with light. Know I the bonds of the darkness must shatter and fall before light. Now give I this wisdom. Free may ye be, old man, living in light and in brightness. Turn not thy face from the light. Thy soul dwells in realms of brightness. Ye are a child of the light. Turn thy thoughts inward, not outward. Find thou the light soul within. Know that thou art the master. All else is brought from within. Grow thou to the realms of brightness. Hold thou thy thought on the light. Know thou art one with the cosmos, a flame and a child of the light. Now to thee I give warning. Let not thy thought turn away. Know that the brightness flows through thy body, for I turn not to the dark brightness that comes from the brothers of black, but keep thy eyes ever lit. Take ye this wisdom and heed it. List to my voice and obey. Follow the pathway to brightness, and thou shalt be one with the way.
book is starting to trip now. I guess my internet tripping. And that sneaker just burnt my throat even more. Not burnt it, but irritated it. So I don't know if my phone tripping, but I don't think so. But as far as this audiobook, I know that, like I said, I know it was going over people's head. My bad. I know y'all would rather have listened to the Celestine Prophecy, so that's gonna be next. But it is a good book overall. So, but I didn't even click on my live. It is, and that shit just popped up on its own. Alright, try to get back to where we left off at.
To destroy man and rule in his place. But know ye, the masters were mighty in magic, able to lift the veil from the face of the serpent, able to send him back to his place. Came they to man and taught him the secret, the word that only a man can pronounce. Swift then they lifted the veil from the serpent and cast him forth from the place among men. Yet beware, the serpent still liveth in a place that is open at times to the world. Unseen they walk among thee in places where the rites have been said. Again, as time passes onward, shall they take the semblance of men. Called may they be by the master who knows the white or the black, but only the white master may control and bind them while in the flesh. Seek not the kingdom of shadows, for evil will surely appear. For only the master of brightness shall conquer the shadow of fear. Know ye, O my brother, that fear is an obstacle great. Be master of all in the brightness. The shadow will soon disappear. Hear ye and heed my wisdom. The voice of light is
This
clear.
shit ain't letting me pause
Seek
it so
not
I
the
can
valley
talk
of
about what I
shadow,
just heard.
and light will only appear.
That's
List ye, O
fucked up.
man, to the depth of my wisdom. Speak I of knowledge hidden from man. Far have I been on my journey through space-time,
Sound like it
even
said
to
only
the end
white
of
people gonna
space
be
of
able
this
to rule
cycle.
this planet.
I glitz the hounds of the barrier, lying in wait for he who would pass them. In that space where time exists not, faintly I sense the guardians of cycles. Move they only through angles, free are they not of the curved dimensions. Strange and terrible are the hounds of the barrier. Follow they consciousness to the limits of space. Think not to escape by entering.
Oh, now you want to pause when I just couldn't pause when I was trying to stop when it heard that said that shit. Did y'all hit it or did that go over y'all head? Like when it said white people without white masters can be the only ones in power. He ain't saying power, but said something like that. And like that, no wonder like why white people are the richest people in the world. They own all the companies. Like, they all own all the stock. They are at the top of the fort. All
Qualities.
five.
The aspirant for higher.
This shit keep going back. But maybe this earth is meant to be ran by like white people and black people ain't supposed to fucking take over this shit. Who knows? That's why I'm trying to evolve out this motherfucker. I ain't trying to save this planet. I'm trying. Once I'm gone, I'm not reincarnating back here. Fuck that.
Some there were who remained, hidden in spaces and planes unknown to man. Lived they in Atlantis as shadows, but at times they appeared among men. Aye, when the blood was offered, forth came they to dwell among men. In the form of man moved they amongst us, but only to sight were they as our men. Serpent-headed when the glamour was lifted, but appearing to man as men among men. Crept they into the councils, taking forms that were like unto men, slaying by their arts the chiefs of the kingdoms, taking their form and ruling over man. Only by magic could they be discovered, only by sound could their faces be seen. Sought they from...
Haven't y'all noticed they've never made a movie about black people running the world? Ever. Out of all the movies they made. They even made movies about monkeys like taking over the world, but they never made a movie about black people running the world. I wonder why is that the case? Because they ain't trying to fulfill no type of prophecy, or they ain't trying to manifest nothing into no reality. Like, but the motherfuckers that make a movie is about a monkey running this motherfucking planet before they make a movie about a black person running this planet. That's fucked up.
The kingdom of shadows to destroy man and rule in his place. But know ye, the masters were mighty in magic, able to lift the veil from the face of the serpent, able to send him back to his place. Came they to man and taught him the secret, the word that only a man can pronounce. Swift then they lifted the veil from the serpent and cast him forth from the place among men. Yet beware, the serpent still liveth in a place that is open at times to the world. Unseen they walk among thee in places where the rites have been said. Again, as time passes onward, shall they take the semblance of men. Called may they be by the master who knows the white or the black, but only the white master may control and bind them while in the flesh.
Get it back to it.
Seek not the kingdom of shadows.
That's what it said. It said, called may that they be by the master who knows the white or the black, but only the white master may control and bind them while in the flesh. I'm like, so that sounds like white people who is running this flesh shit down here. Like, even though black people got power too, but this ain't for black people. We supposed to evolve about this motherfucker.
Evil will surely appear, for only the master of brightness shall conquer the shadow of fear. Know ye, O my brother, that fear is an obstacle great. Be master of all in the brightness. The shadow will soon disappear. Hear ye and heed my wisdom. The voice of light is clear. Seek not the valley of shadow.
What's funny is I manifested pausing it on that spot and rereading it. But at first when I was trying to like pause it, it didn't let me pause it. Then it started tripping, and then I had to figure out where we got left off at. Then I put it where I wanted it to be. So shout out to my manifestation skills.
And light will only appear. List ye, O man, to the depth of my wisdom. Speak I of knowledge hidden from man. Far have I been on my journey through space-time, even to the end of space of this cycle. I glimpsed the helms of the barrier, lying in wait for he who would pass them. In that space where time exists not, faintly I sense the guardians of cycles. Move they only through angles. Free are they not of the curved dimensions. Strange and terrible are the helms of the barrier. Follow they consciousness to the limits of space. Think not to escape by entering your body, for follow they fast the soul through angles. Only the circle will give ye protection, saved from the claws of the dwellers in angles. Once in a time past I approached the great barrier and saw on the shores where time exists not, the formless forms of the hounds of the barrier. I, hiding in the midst beyond time, I found them, and they, scenting me afar off, raised themselves and gave the great bell cry that could be heard from cycle to cycle and moved through space toward my soul. Fled I then fast before them, back from time's unthinkable end. But ever after me pursued they, moving in strange angles not known to man. I, on the gray shores of time-space's end, found I the hounds of the barrier, ravening for the soul who attempts the beyond. Fled I through circles back to my body, fled and fast after me they followed. Aye, after me the devourers followed, seeking through angles to devour my soul. Aye, know ye, man, that the soul who dares the barrier may be held in bondage by the hounds from beyond time, held till this cycle is completed and left behind when the consciousness leaves. Entered I my body, created the circles that know not angles, created the form that from my
just some
form was
unhealthy
formed,
shit eating all them
made my
Snickers.
body into a circle and lost the pursuers in the circles of time. But even yet, when free from my body, cautious ever must I be not to move through angles, else my soul may never be free. Know ye, the hounds of the barrier move only through angles and never through curves of space. Only by moving through curves can ye escape them, for in angles they will pursue thee. O man, heed ye my warning. Seek not to break open the gate to the beyond. Few there are who have succeeded in passing the barrier to the greater light that shines beyond. For know ye, ever the dwellers seek such souls to hold in their thrall. Listen, O man, and heed ye my warning. Seek ye to move not in angles, but curves. And if while free from thy body, thou hearest the sound like the bay of a hound ringing clear and bell-like through thy being, flee back to thy body through circles, penetrate not the mist before. When thou hast entered the form thou hast dwelt in, use thou the cross and the circle combined. Open thy mouth, and use thou thy voice. Utter the word, and thou shalt be free. Only the one who of light has the fullest can hope to pass by the guards of the way. And then must he move through strange curves and angles that are formed in direction not known to man. List ye, O man, and heed ye my warning. Attempt not to pass the guards on the way. Rather should ye seek to gain of thine own light, and make thyself ready to pass on the way. Light is thine ultimate end, O my brother. Seek and find ever the light on the way. List ye, O man, hear ye my voice, teaching of wisdom and light in this cycle, teaching ye how to banish the darkness, teaching ye how to bring light in thy life. Seek ye, O man, to find the great pathway that leads to eternal life as a sun. Draw ye away from the veil of the darkness. Seek to become a light in the world. Make of thyself a vessel for light, a focus for the sun of this space. Lift that.
I know it'd be spirits that be in here with me. Like, that's a known fact. Like, some shit will pop up and I see some shit, but y'all probably can't see the shit. That shit did just catch me off guard.
Thine eyes to the cosmos. Lift thou thine eyes to the light. Speak in the words of the dweller, the chant that calls down the light. Sing thou the song of freedom. Sing thou the song of the soul. Create the high vibration that will make thee one with the whole. Blend all thy...
It's crazy, like a couple nights ago in one of my lives, like, I don't know if people seen, but I, like, kind of did the same thing, because it was like a flash of light that just came towards my eyes, like, and it just caught me off guard, because it wasn't no light on in front of me for that to happen. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'm starting to see more, but I realized my eyesight is going bad, too, so I need to go to the eye doctor. But I ain't saying I'm going blind. I ain't gonna speak that on myself. But I have been noticing, like, my vision has been getting blurry, so it's hard for me to see on my phone without my glasses. I gotta look on my computer at the comments and shit. Like, but I have been just seeing, like, more, like, spirits and shit. I ain't even gonna lie, so some shit be blowing my mind when I see it.
With the cosmos. Grow into one with the light. Be thou a channel of order, a pathway of law to the world. Thy light, O man, is the great light, shining through the shadow of flesh. Free must thou rise from the darkness before thou art one with the light. Shadows of darkness surround thee, life fills thee with its flow. But know, O man, thou must arise, and forth thy body go far to the plains that surround thee, and yet are one with thee too. Look all around thee, O man, see thine own light reflected. Aye, even in the darkness around thee, thine own light pours forth through the veil. Seek thou for wisdom always. Let not thine body
Oh
betray.
shit.
Keep in the path of the light wave. Shun thou the darkened way. Know thee that wisdom is lasting, existing since the all soul began, creating harmony from by the law that exists in the way. List ye, O man, to the teachings of wisdom. List to the voice that speaks of the pastime. I, I shall tell thee knowledge forbidden. Tell ye of wisdom hidden in past time, lost in the midst of darkness around me. Know ye, O man, ye are the ultimate of all things. Only the knowledge of this is forgotten. Lost when man was cast into bondage, bound and fettered by the chains of the darkness. Long, long ago I cast off my body. Wandered I free through the vastness of ether, circled the angels that hold man in bondage. Know ye, O man, ye are only a spirit. The body is nothing. The soul is all. Let not your body be a fetter. Cast off the darkness and travel in light. Cast off your body, O man, and be free, truly a light that is one with the light. When ye are free from the fetters of darkness, and travel in space as the son of the light, then ye shall know that space is not boundless, but truly bounded by angles and curves. Know ye, O man, that all that exists is only an aspect of greater things yet to come. Matter is fluid and flows like a stream, constantly changing from one thing to another. All through the ages has knowledge
Uh,
existed, never been
Hold on.
changed, though buried in darkness, never been lost, though forgotten by.
Meant to send something to my wife, but I sent it to a group chat. But this, in the beginning, it said this book was written like 25,000, 35,000 years ago. It's called the Emerald Tablet. So it's not a book. It's some tablets that's got some words written on it, but it was just made into a book over time. Like so, but I don't know when it was. The book was written, man, but I'm pretty sure I can research and find it, and we can figure that out. I guess I'm gonna start putting that in the description when I like put a book. We listen to a book. I'll put like who it was written by and like the year it was written. Like so, that'll make it more easier for people to research the book. Like so,
Man, know ye that throughout the space that ye dwell in are others as great as your own, interlaced through the heart of your matter, yet separate in space of their own. Once in a time long forgotten,
just
I,
another.
Thoth, opened the doorway, penetrated into other spaces, and learned of the secrets concealed. Deep in the essence of matter are many mysteries concealed. 9 are the interlocked dimensions, and 9 are the cycles of space. 9 are the diffusions of consciousness, and 9 are the worlds within worlds. Aye, 9 are the lords of the cycles that come from
My life path number is actually is 9. So shout out to that synchronicity.
above and below. Space is filled with concealed ones, for space is divided by time. Seek ye the key to this time space, and ye shall unlock the gate. Know ye that throughout the time space consciousness surely exists. Though from our knowledge it is hidden, yet still forever exists. The key to worlds within thee are found only within, for man is the gateway of mystery, and the key that is one with the one. Seek ye within the circle. Use the word I shall give. Open the gateway within thee, and surely thou too shall live. Man, ye think that ye liveth, but know it is life within death. For as sure as
I'm
ye are bound to
actually
your body, for you no life exists.
today is like the first time like I'm actually forcing myself to listen to a book. Like to, I didn't. This is something I'll listen to on my own, like not for like the world, but at the same time, like shit, this shit is like I said, a sleeper. It should have put you to sleep. Like, oh, it's probably my weed that's making me kind of tired. But nah, my weed don't make me sleepy. It's this fucking book. But at the same time, that's a good thing because if I was to fall asleep listening to this book, I'll probably dream about the shit that is going on in this book, so I'll be able to get a different visual. Like I'm one of them type of people. If I go to sleep listening to some music, that music will be in my dream, or that artist would be in my dream, like some weird shit. So I gotta go to sleep and that shit gotta be quiet because whatever I dream about, it has to have meaning. It's some symbolism in it. It's something like I need to know when I dream. So can't just be listening to bullshit.
Only the soul is space free, has life that is really a life. All else is only a bondage, a fetter from which to be free. Think not that man is earth born, though come from the earth he may be. Man is light born spirit, but without knowing he can never be free. Darkness surrounds the light born, darkness fetters the soul. Only the one who is seeking may ever hope to be free. Shadows around thee are falling. Darkness fills all the spaces. Shine forth, O light of the man-soul. Fill thou the darkness of space. Ye are a son of the great light. Remember, and ye shall be free. Stay not thou in the shadows. Spring forth from the darkness of night. Light, let thy soul be, O son born, filled with glory of light, freed from the bonds of darkness, a soul that is one with the light. Thou art the key to all wisdom. Within thee is all time and space. Live not in bondage to darkness. Free thou thy light form from night. Great light that fills all the cosmos, flow thou fully to man. Make of his body a light torch that shall never be quenched among men. Long in the past sought I wisdom, knowledge not known to man. Far to the past I traveled into the space where time began. Sought I ever new knowledge to add to the wisdom I know, yet only I found, did the future hold the key to wisdom I sought. Down to the halls of Amenti I journeyed, the greater knowledge to seek. Ask of the lords of the cycles the way to wisdom I sought. Ask the lords this question: where is the source of all? Answered in tones that were mighty, the voice of the Lord of the Nine. Free thou thy soul from thy body, and come forth with me to the light. Forth I came from my body, a glittering flame in the night. Stood I before the Lords, bathed in the fire of life. Seized was I then by a force great beyond knowledge of man. Cast was I to the abyss through spaces unknown to man. Saw I molding of order from the chaos and angles of night. Saw I the light spring from order, and heard the voice of the light. Saw I the flame of the abyss, casting forth order and light. Saw order spring out of chaos, saw light giving forth life. Then heard I the voice: hear thou and understand, the flame is the source of all things, containing all things in potentiality. The order that set forth light is the Word, and from the Word comes from life and the existence of all. And again spoke the voice, saying, the life in thee is the Word. Find thou the life within thee, and have powers to use of the Word. Long I watched the light flame pouring forth from the essence of fire, realizing that life is but order, and that man is one with the fire. Back I came to my body, stood again with the nine, listened to the voice of the cycles, vibrate with powers they spoke. Know ye, O Thoth, that life is but the word of the fire. The life force ye seek before thee is but the word in the world as a fire. Seek ye the path to the word, and powers shall surely be thine. Then ask I of the nine, O Lord, show me the path. Give me the path to the wisdom. Show me the way to the word. Answered me then the Lord of the Nine. Through order ye shall find the way. Saw ye not that the word came from chaos? Saw ye not that light came from fire? Look in thy life for disorder. Balance and order thy life. Quill all the chaos of emotions, and thou shalt have order in life. Order brought forth from chaos will bring thee the word of the source. Give thee the power of cycles, and make of thy soul a force that free will extend through the ages, a perfected sun from the source. Listened I to the voice, and deep sank the words in my heart. Forever have I sought for order, that I might draw on the word. Know ye that he who attains it must ever in order be. For use of the word through disorder has never and can never be. Take ye these words, O man, as part of thy life, let them be. Seek thee to conquer disorder, and one with the word, thou shalt be. Put forth thy effort in gaining light on the pathway of life. Seek to be one with the sun state. Seek to be solely the light. Hold thou thy thought on the oneness of light with the body of man. Know that all is order from chaos born into light. This ye, O man, take of my wisdom,
Literally,
learn of the
shit
deep
be just
hidden
flying
mysteries of
across
space.
my sight.
Learn
and
of
I'll
the
be
thought
like,
that grew in the
did I see
abyss,
something?
bringing order and harmony in space. Know ye, O man, that all exist has being only because of the law. Know ye the law, and ye shall be free, never be bound by the fetters of night. Far through strange spaces have I journeyed into the deep of the abyss of time, learning strange and yet stranger mysteries, until in the end all was revealed. Know ye that mystery is only mystery when it is knowledge unknown to man. When ye have plumbed the heart of all mystery, knowledge and wisdom will surely be thine. Seek ye, and learn that time is the secret whereby ye may be free of this space. Long have I, Thoth, sought wisdom, aye, and shall seek of eternity's end, for know that ever before me receding shall move the goal I seek to attain. Even the lords of the cycles know that not yet have they reached the goal, for with all of their wisdom they know that truth ever grows. Once in a past time I spoke to the dweller, asked of the mystery of time and space,
See,
asked
even the
him to
9
question the
lords
surge
don't
in my
even got all the
being,
wisdom.
saying, O master, what is time? Then to me spoke he, the master, Know ye, O Thoth, in the beginning there was void and nothingness, a timeless, spaceless nothingness. And into the nothingness came a thought, purposeful, all-pervading, and it filled the void. There existed no matter, only force, a movement, a vortex or vibration of the purposeful thought that filled the void. And I questioned the master, saying, Was this thought eternal? And answered me the dweller, saying, In the beginning there was eternal thought, and for thought to be eternal, time must exist. So into the all-pervading thought grew the law of time. Aye, time which exists through all space, floating in a smooth, rhythmic movement that is eternally in a state of fixation. Time changes not, but all things change in time, for time is the force that holds events separate, each in its own proper place. Time is not in motion, but ye move through time as your consciousness moves from one event to another. Aye, by time yet exist all in all eternal one existence. Know ye that even though in the time ye are separate, ye still are one, in all times existent. Ceased then the voice of the dweller, and departed I to ponder on time. For knew I that in these words lay wisdom, and a way to explore the mysteries of time. Oft did I ponder the words of the dweller, then sought I to solve the mystery of time. Found I that time moves through strange angles. Yet only by curves could I hope to attain the key that would give me access to the time-space. Found I that only by moving upward, and yet again by moving to rightward, could I be free from the time of the movement. Forth I came from out of my body, moved in the movements that changed me in time. Strange were the sights I saw in my journeys, many the mysteries that opened to view. Aye, saw I man's beginning, learned from the past that nothing is new. Seek ye, O man, to learn the pathway that leads through the spaces that are formed forth in time. Forget not, O man, with all of thy seeking, that light is the goal ye shall seek to attain. Search ye for the light on thy pathway, and ever for thee the goal shall endure. Let not thine heart turn ever to darkness. Light let thine soul be, a sun on the way. Know ye that eternal brightness ye shall ever find thy soul hid in light, never fettered by bondage or darkness, ever it shines forth a sun of the light. I know, though hidden in darkness, your soul a spark of the true flame exists. Be ye one with the greatest of all lights, find at the source the end of thy goal. Light is life, For without the great light nothing can ever exist. Know ye that in all formed matter the heart of light always exists. Aye, even though bound in the darkness, inherent light always exists. Once I stood in the halls of Amenti, and heard the voice of the lords of Amenti, saying in tones that rang through the silence words of power, mighty and potent. Chanted they the song of the cycles, the words that opened the path to beyond. Aye, I saw the great path opened, and looked for the instant into the beyond. Saw I the movements of the cycles, vast as the thought of the source could convey. Knew I then even infinity is moving on to some unthinkable end. Saw I that the cosmos is order and part of a movement that extends to all space, a party of an order of orders, constantly moving in a harmony of space. Saw I the wheeling of cycles like vast circles across the sky. Knew I then that all that has being is growing to meet yet another being in a far-off grouping of space and of time. Knew I then that in words are power to open the planes that are hidden from man. Aye, that even in words lies hidden the key that will open above and below. Hark ye now, man, this word I leave with thee. Use it, and ye shall find power in its sound. Say ye the word, Zen-Uru, and power ye shall find. Yet must ye understand that man is of light, and light is of man. List ye, old man, and hear a mystery stranger than all that lies neath the sun. Know ye, old man, that all space is filled by worlds within worlds. Aye, one within the other, yet separate by law. Once in my search for deep-buried wisdom, I opened the door that bars them from man. Called I from the other planes of being one who was fairer than the daughters of men. Aye, I called her from out of the spaces to shine as a light in the world of men. Used I the drum of the serpent, wore I the robe of the purple
Hopefully
and
by
gold.
the time I smoke
Placed
this,
on my head I the crown of
we'll
silver.
be done.
Around me the circle of
We
cinnabar
got less
shone.
than an hour, so
Raised I my arms and cried the invocation that opens
I'm
the
glad I was
path
able
to the
to
plains
push through
beyond.
at least the
Cried
majority
to
of
the
it.
lords of the signs in their houses.
Yes.
Lords
Got
of the
like
two
40 minutes
horizons,
left.
watchers of the treble
Almost 50
gates.
minutes, so
Stand ye one at the right and one at the left, as the star rises to his throne and rules over his sign. Aye.
today felt like one of those days like when I used to be in church and I really didn't want to be there, but I had to be there. I had to go. But I just stuck it out. Like, I guess it's because like how the words are like spoken and like how it's written. It reminds me of the Bible, and that shit just church just used to just make me go to sleep. Like so, I wouldn't be mad if y'all was the people who was in here. Y'all wasn't commenting because y'all was knocked the fuck out. Like so, hey, but shout out to those everybody who came through. We could have been done with this book if I wasn't getting distracted. I didn't keep talking and shit, but like I said, we got 50 minutes left, 45 minutes left, so hey, we almost done.
Thou dark prince of Arulu, open the gates of the dim, hidden land and release her whom ye keep imprisoned. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye, dark lords and shining ones, and by their secret names, names which I know and can pronounce, hear ye and obey my will. Lit I then with flame my circle and called her in the space plains beyond. Daughter of light, return from Arulu. 7 times and 7 times have I passed through the fire. Food have I not eaten, water I have not drunk. I call thee from Arulu, from the realms of Ekershigel. I summon thee, Lady of Light. Then before me rose the dark figures, aye, the figures of the lords of Arulu. Parted they before me, and forth came the Lady of Light. Free was she now from the lords of the night, free to live in the light of the earth sun, free to live as a child of the light. Hear ye and listen, O my children. Magic is knowledgeable, and only is law. Be not afraid of the power within thee, for it follows law as the stars in the sky. Know ye that to be without knowledge, wisdom is magic and not of the law. But know ye that ever ye by your knowledge can approach closer to a place in the sun. List ye, my children, follow my teaching. Be ye ever seeker of light. Shine in the world of men all around thee, a light on the path that shall shine among men. Follow ye and learn of my magic. Know that all force is thine if thou wilt. Fear not the path that leads thee to knowledge, but rather shun ye the dark road. Light is thine, O man, for the taking. Cast off the fetters, and thou shalt be free. Know ye that thy soul is living in bondage, fettered by fears that hold ye in thrall. Open thy eyes and see the great sunlight. Be not afraid, for all is thine own. Fear is the lord of the dark, Arulu, to he who never faced the dark fear. Aye, know that fear has existence created by those who are bound by their fears. Shake off thy bondage, O children, and walk in the light of the glorious day. Never turn thy thoughts to the darkness, and surely ye shall be one with the light. Man is only what he believeth, a brother of darkness or a child of the light. Come thou into the light, my children. Walk in the pathway that leads to the sun. Hark ye now, and list to the wisdom. Use thou the word I have given unto thee. Use it, and surely thou shalt find power and wisdom and light to walk in the way. Seek thee, and find the key I have given, and ever shalt thou be a child of the light. Hear ye, and list ye, O children of Kim, to the words that I give that shall bring ye to the light. Ye know, O men, that I knew your fathers, aye, your fathers in a time long ago. Deathless have I been through all the ages, living among ye since your knowledge began. Leading you upward to the light of the great soul have I ever striven, drawing ye from out of the darkness of night. Know ye, O people amongst whom I walk, that I, Thoth, have all of the knowledge and all of the wisdom known to man since the ancient days. Keeper have I been of the secrets of the great race, holder of the key that leads into life. Bringer up have I been to ye, O my children, even from the darkness of the Ancient of Days. List ye now to the words of my wisdom. List ye now to the message I bring. Hear ye now the words I give thee, and ye shall be raised from the darkness to light. Far in the past, when I first came to thee, found I thee in caves of rocks. Lifted I thee by my power and wisdom until thou didst shine as men among men. Aye, found I thee without any knowing. Only a little were ye raised beyond beast. Fanned I ever the spark of thy consciousness until at last ye flamed as men. Now shall I speak to thee knowledge, ancient beyond the thought of thy race. Know ye that we of the great race had and have knowledge that is more than man's. Wisdom we gained from the star-born races, wisdom and knowledge far beyond man. Down to us had descended the masters of wisdom as far beyond us as I am from thee. List ye now while I give ye wisdom. Use it, and free thou shalt be. Know ye that in the pyramid I builded are the keys that shall show ye the way into life. Aye, draw ye a line from the great image I builded to the apex of the pyramid built as a gateway. Draw ye another opposite in the same angle and direction. Dig ye and find that which I have hidden. There shall ye find the underground entrance to the secrets hidden before ye were men. Tell ye I now of the mystery of cycles that move in movements that are strange to the finite, for infinite are they beyond knowledge of man. Know ye that there are 9 of the cycles, aye, 9 above and 14 below, moving in harmony to the place of joining that shall exist in the future of time. Know ye that the lords of the cycles are units of consciousness sent from the others to unify this with the all. Highest are they of the consciousness of all the cycles, working in harmony with the law. Know they that in time all will be perfected, having none above and none below, but all one in a perfected infinity, a harmony of all in the oneness of all. Deep neath the earth's surface in the halls of Amenti sit the 7.
We all, what I just heard, like, we all supposed to be working towards being perfect. Like me, when I was 19, for some reason, I came up with the name Mr. Perfect. Actually, I heard Gucci Mane said in one of his mixtapes. And I'm like, oh shit! Like I felt like that name just attached itself to me. Well, so like ever since I was like 18, 19, I would just always go by Mr. Perfect. And people will always say, well, how you gonna call yourself Mr. Perfect if nobody is perfect? And I will always say, I'm perfect at being me. And I'm working towards being perfect. You supposed to work towards being like Jesus. Jesus was quote unquote the perfect individual. You supposed to try to be like that. You supposed to work towards getting like that. Most people would be like, nope, there's no such thing as being perfect, so I'm not even gonna try. But me not having that type of mindset, I'm always working towards perfecting myself, like becoming my highest self. I ain't trying to be like nobody else. I'm not acting like nobody else. I'm not talking like nobody else. I'm not following nobody else. Like it's all about me, myself. Like as far as my journey, like so. I'm perfect at being me, so I like Mr. Perfect. That fits perfectly well for me now at this stage. But when I was 18, 19, like I definitely wasn't fitting of that nickname. I just thought it was cool, but it was. I guess it was. I spoke it to myself as an affirmation, like just repeatedly calling myself Mr. Perfect. Like so, eventually you speak your words into existence, and now I'm that person.
Lords of the cycles, I, and another the Lord from below. Yet know thee that in infinity there is neither above nor below, but ever there is and ever shall be oneness of all when all is complete. Oft have I stood before the lords of the all. Oft at the font of their wisdom have drunken and filled both my body and soul with their light. Spake they to me and told me of cycles and the law that gives them the means to exist. I spake to me the Lord of the Nine, saying, O Thoth, great are ye among earth children, but mysteries exist of which ye know not. Ye know that ye came from a space-time below this, and know ye shall travel to a space-time beyond. But little ye know of the mysteries within them, little ye know of the wisdom beyond. Know ye that ye as a whole in the consciousness are only a cell in the process of growth. The consciousness below thee is ever expanding in different ways from those known to thee.
If I could shut up for 30
it,
minutes, we
though
can
in
get to the
space-time
end
below
of this
thee,
thing.
is ever growing in ways that are different from those that
Hopefully
were
we
part
can
of the
make it
ways of
without
thine
you
own.
pausing.
For know that it grows as a result of thy growth, but not in the same way that thou didst grow. The growth that thou had and have in the present have brought into being a cause and effect. No consciousness follows the path of those before it, else all would be repetition in vain. Each consciousness in the cycle it exists and follows its own path to the ultimate goal. Each
See, I
plays its
said I'm not
part in the
following
plan of the
nobody.
cosmos. Each plays its part in the ultimate end. The farther the cycle, the greater its knowledge and ability to blend the law of the whole. Know ye that ye in the cycles below us are working the minor parts of the law, while we of the cycle that extends to infinity take of the striving and build greater law. Each has his own part to play in the cycles. Each has his work to complete in his way. The cycle below thee is yet not below thee, but only formed for a need that exists. For know ye that the fountain of wisdom that sends forth the cycles is eternally seeking new powers to gain. Ye know that knowledge is gained only by practice, and wisdom comes forth only from knowledge, and thus are the cycles created by law. Means are they for the gaining of knowledge for the plane of law that is the source of the all. The cycle below is not truly below, but only different in space and in time. The consciousness there is working and testing lesser things than those ye are. And know, just as ye are working on greater, so above ye are those who are also working as ye are on yet other laws. The difference that exists between the cycles is only in ability to work with the law. We, who have being in cycles beyond thee, are those who first came forth for the source and have in the passage through time and space gained ability to use laws of the greater that are far beyond the conception of man. Nothing there is that is really below thee, but only a different operation of law. Look thee above, or look thee below, the same shall ye find. For all is but part of the oneness that is at the source of the law. The consciousness below thee is part of thine own, as we are a part of thine. Ye, as a child, had not the knowledge that came to ye when ye became a man. Compare ye the cycles to man in his journey from birth unto death, and see in the cycle below thee the child with the knowledge he has, and see ye yourself as the child grown older, advancing in knowledge as time passes on. See ye, we also, the child grown to manhood, with the knowledge and wisdom that came with the years. So also, O Thoth, are the cycles of consciousness, children in different stages of growth, yet all from the one source, the wisdom, and all to the wisdom returning again. Ceased then he from speaking, and sat in the silence that comes to the Lord's. Then again spake he unto me, saying, O Thoth, long have we sat in Amenti, guarding the flame of life in the halls. Yet know, we are still part of our cycles, with our vision reaching unto them and beyond. Aye, know we that of all, nothing else matters excepting the growth we can gain with our soul. Know we the flesh is fleeting, the things men count great are nothing to us. The things we seek are not of the body, but are only the perfected state of the soul. When ye as men can learn that nothing but progress of soul can count in the end, then truly ye are free from all bondage, free to work in a harmony of law. No, O man, ye should aim at perfection, for only thus can ye attain to the goal. Though ye should know that nothing is perfect, yet it should be thy aim and thy goal. Ceased again the voice of the nine, and into my consciousness.
See, that's it. Like, that's what I've always been working towards, is just being my perfect self. And that's what the laws of this book is about. So even before I was conscious or woke up, like, I always was thinking highly of myself. I just had some negative shit about me, like some like bad habits that I had. We all got bad habits. Had some past trauma that was weighing me back, so like shit, I was reacting off that. Like, so once I cleared all that and start focusing on the light, like walking towards the light, I start to discover my true self and like my true power. And so now I'm just like spreading like positivity, like shit, hoping somebody else like wake up off this shit. Or y'all, most people already be woke when they come to my page, so it ain't even to wake nobody up. It's just like shit, just expand y'all mind some more, give y'all a different perspective on it. So
Had sunk. Now seek I ever more wisdom, that I may be perfect in law with the all. Soon go I down to the halls of Amenti, to live beneath the cold flower of life. Ye whom I have taught shall never more see me, yet live I forever in the wisdom I taught. All that man is because of his wisdom. All that he shall be is the result of his cause. List ye now to my voice, and become greater than common man. Lift thine eyes upward, let light fill thy being, be thou ever children of light. Only by effort shall ye grow upward to the plane where light is the all of the all. Be ye the master of all that surrounds thee. Never be mastered by the effects of thy life. Create then ever more perfect causes, and in time shalt thou be a son of the light. Free, let thine soul soar ever upward, free from the bondage and fetters of night. Lift thine eyes to the sun in the sky space. For thee, let it be a symbol of life. Know that thou art the greater light, perfect in thine own sphere when thou art free. Look not ever into the blackness. Lift up thine eyes to the space above. Free, let thine light flame upward, and shalt thou be a child of the light. List ye, O man, to the words of my wisdom. List to the voice of Thoth the Atlantean. Conquered have I the law of time-space. Knowledge have I gained of the future of time. Know I that man in his movement through space-time shall ever be one with the all. Know ye, O man, that all of the future is an open book to him who can read. All effect shall bring forth its causes, as all effects grew from the first cause. Know ye the future is not fixed or stable, but varies as cause brings forth an effect. Look in the cause thou shalt bring into being, and surely thou shalt see that all is effect. So, O man, be sure the effects that ye bring forth are ever causes of more perfect effects. Know ye, the future is never in fixation but follows man's free will as it moves through the movements of time-space toward the goal where a new time begins. Man can only read the future through the causes that bring the effects. Seek ye within the causation, and surely ye shall find the effects. List ye, O man, while I speak of the future. Speak of the effect that follows the cause. Know ye that man in his journey lightward is ever seeking escape from the night that surrounds him, like the shadows that surround the stars in the sky. Like the stars in the sky space, he too shall shine from the shadows of night. Ever his destiny shall lead him onward until he is one with the light. Aye, though his way lies midst the shadows, ever before him glows the great light. Dark though the way be, yet shall he conquer the shadows that flow around him like night. Far in the future I see man as light-born, free from the darkness that fetters the soul, living in light without the bounds of the darkness to cover the light that is light of their soul. Know ye, O man, before ye attain this, that many the dark shadows shall fall on your light, striving to quench with the shadows of darkness the light of the soul that strives to be free. Great is the struggle between light and darkness, age-old and yet ever new. Yet know in time, far in the future, light shall be all, and darkness shall fall. List ye, O man, to my words of wisdom. Prepare, and ye shall not bind your light. Man has risen, and man has fallen, as ever new waves of consciousness flow from the great abyss below us toward the sun of their goal. Ye, my children, have risen from a state that was little above the beast, until now of all men ye are greatest. Yet before thee were others greater than thee. Yet tell I thee, as before thee, others have fallen, so also ye come to an end. And upon the land where ye dwell now, barbarians shall dwell, and in turn rise to light. Forgotten shall be the ancient wisdom, yet ever shall live, though hidden from men. Aye, in the land thou callest Kim, races shall rise and races shall fall. Forgotten shalt thou be of the children of men, yet thou shalt have moved to a star space beyond this, leaving behind this place where thou hast dwelt. The soul of man moves ever onward, bound not by any one star, but ever moving to the great goal before him where he is dissolved in the light of the all. Know ye that ye shall ever go onward, moved by the law of cause and effect, until in the end both become one. Aye, man, after ye have gone, others shall move in the places ye lived. Knowledge and wisdom shall all be forgotten, and only a memory of God's shall survive. As I to thee am a God by my knowledge, so ye too shall be gods of the future, because of your knowledge far above theirs. Yet know ye that all through the ages man shall have access to law when he will. Ages to come shall see revival of wisdom to those who shall inherit thy place on this star. They shall, in turn, come into wisdom and learn to banish the darkness by light. Yet greatly must they strive through the ages to bring unto themselves the freedom of light. Then shall there come unto man the great warfare that shall make the earth tremble and shake in its course. Aye, then shall the dark brothers open the warfare between light and the night. When man again shall conquer the ocean and fly in the air on wings like the birds, when he has learned to harness the lightning, then shall the time of warfare begin. Great shall the battle be twixt the forces, great the warfare of darkness and light. Nation shall rise against nation, using the dark forces to shatter the earth. Weapons of force shall wipe out the earth-man until half of the races of men shall be gone. Then shall come forth the sons of the morning, and give their edict to the children of men, saying, O men, cease from thy striving against thy brother, only thus can ye come to the light. Cease from thy unbelief, O my brother, and follow the path, and know ye are right. Then shall men cease from their striving, brother against brother, and father against son. Then shall the ancient home of my people rise from its place beneath the dark ocean waves. Then shall the age of light be unfolded, with all men seeking the light of the goal. Then shall the brothers of light rule the people. Banished shall be the darkness of night. Aye, the children of men shall progress onward and upward to the great goal. Children of light shall they become. Flame of the flame shall their souls ever be. Knowledge and wisdom shall be man's in the great age, for he shall approach the eternal flame, the source of all wisdom, the place of beginning, that is yet one with the end of all things. Aye, in a time that is yet unborn, all shall be one, and one shall be all. Man, a perfect flame of this cosmos, shall move forward to a place in the stars. I shall move even from out of the space-time into another beyond the stars. Long have ye listened to me, O my children. Long have ye listened to the wisdom of Thoth. Now I depart from ye into darkness. Now go I to the halls of Amenti, there to dwell in the future when light shall come again to man. Yet know ye, my spirit shall ever be with thee, guiding thy feet in the pathway of light. Guard ye the secrets I leave with thee, and surely my spirit will guard thee through life. Keep thine eyes ever on the pathway to wisdom. Keep the light as thy goal evermore. Fetter not thy soul in bondage of darkness. Free let it wing in its flight to the stars. Now I depart thee to dwell in Amenti. Be thou my children in this life and the next. The time will come when ye too shall be deathless, living from age to age, a light among men. Guard ye the entrance to the halls of Amenti. Guard ye the secrets I have hidden among ye. Let not the wisdom be cast to barbarians. Secret shall thou keep it for those who seek light. Now depart I. Receive thou my blessing. Take thou my way and follow the light. Blend thou thy soul in the great essence. One with the great light let thy consciousness be. Call thou on me when thou dost need me. Use my name 3 times in a row. Cheptet, Arulit, Vomalitis. List ye, O man, hear ye the wisdom. Hear ye the word that shall fill thee with life. Hear ye the word that shall banish the darkness. Hear ye the voice that shall banish the night. Mystery and wisdom have I brought to my children, knowledge and power descended from old. Know ye not that all shall be open when ye shall find the oneness of all? One shall ye be with the masters of mystery, conquerors of death and masters of life. Aye, ye shall learn of the flower of Amenti, the blossom of life that shines in the halls. In spirit shall ye reach the halls of Amenti, and bring back the wisdom that liveth in light. Know ye the gateway to power is secret. Know ye the gateway to life is through death. Aye, through death, but not as ye know death, but a death that is life and is fire and is light. Desireth thou to know the deep hidden secret? Look in thy heart where the knowledge is bound. Know that in thee the secret is hidden, the source of all life and the source of all death. List ye, O man, while I tell the secret, reveal unto thee the secret of old. Deep in earth's heart lies the flower, the source of the spirit that binds all in its form. For know ye that the earth is living in body as thou art alive in thine own form. The flower of life is thine own place of spirit, and streams through the earth as thine flows through thy form, giving of life to the earth and its children, renewing the spirit from form into form. This is the spirit that is form of thy body, shaping and molding into its form. Know ye, O man, that thy form is dual, balanced in polarity while formed in its form. Know that when fast on thee death approaches, it is only because thy balance is shaken. It is only because one pole has been lost. Know that thy body, when in perfect balance, may never be touched by the finger of death. Aye, even accident may only approach when the balance is gone. When ye are in balanced equilibrium, ye shall live on in time and not taste of death. Know that thou art the balanced completion, existing because of thy balance of poles. As in thee one pole is drawn downward, fast from thee goes the balance of life. Then unto thee cold death approaches, and change must come to thine unbalanced life. Know that the secret of life in Amenti is the secret of restoring the balance of poles, and all that exists has form and is living because of the spirit of life in its poles. See ye not that in earth's heart is the balance of all things that exist and have in being on its face? The source of thy spirits is drawn from earth's heart, for in thy form thou art one with the earth. When thou hast learned to hold thine own balance, Then thou
I didn't
shalt
have no
draw
water
on
in
the
my mouth
balance
when I
of
did
earth.
that shit.
Exist then shalt thou while earth is existing, changing in form. Only when earth too shalt change, tasting not of death, but one with this planet, holding thy form till all pass away. List ye, old man, whilst I give the secret, so that ye too shall taste not of death. 1 hour each day shalt thou lie with thine head pointed to the place of the positive pole, north. 1 hour each day shalt thy head be pointed to the place of the negative pole, south. Whilst thy head is placed to the northward, hold thou thy consciousness from the chest to the head. And when thy head is placed southward, hold thou thy thought from chest to feet. Hold thou in balance once in each 7, and thy balance will retain the whole of its strength. Aye, if thou be old, thy body will freshen, and thy strength will become as a youth's. This is the secret known to the masters, by which they hold off the fingers of death. Neglect not to follow the path I have shown, for when thou hast passed beyond years to 100, to neglect it will mean the coming of death. Hear ye my words, and follow the pathway. Keep thou thy balance, and live on in life. Hear ye, O man, and list to my voice. List to the wisdom that gives thee of death. When at the end of thy work appointed, thou may desire to pass from this life, pass to the plane where the sons of the morning live, and have being as children of light. Pass without pain and pass without sorrow into the plane where is eternal light. First, lie at rest with thine head to the eastward. Fold thou thy hands at the source of thy life. Place thou thy consciousness in the life's seat. Whirl it and divide to north and to south. Send thou the one out toward the northward. Send thou the other out to the south. Relax thou their hold upon thy being. Fourth,
And that shit go fucking up again.
the sun of the morning blending with light at one with its source. There it shall flame till desire shall be created. Then shall return to a place in a form, know ye, O man, that thus passed the great souls, changing at will from life unto life. Thus ever passes the avatar, willing his death as he wills his own life. List ye, O man, drink of my wisdom. Learn ye the secret that is master of time. Learn
What's
ye
up,
how those ye
General?
call masters
Leo
are
Virtual?
able to
Hey.
remember the lives of the past. Great is the secret, yet easy
Hold
to
on.
master, giving to thee the
You using that name? You must be somebody important. Because if I'm not mistaken, that was the president of Haiti at a point in time who fought against the French Revolution. He even stopped Napoleon. So you using that name, that means you know who that is. So you know your history. So shout out to you, brother. We just listened to this book, Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Yep, it's about to go off though. Like, we got less than 20 minutes left on this book. This book can go over a lot of people's head. Yeah, man. It's my third time reading it, but it's still like I still haven't grasped everything because my mind is always getting distracted, so I'm always gonna miss something. That's why it say read it 100 times so you can fully grasp it. Like shit, yeah, it's definitely a deep book. Like so, if you don't know how to swim, shit, stay out of the water. People just look from a distance, but I feel like anybody who came to this live tonight, like it was meant for them to hear it. Like so, you was ready to hear it. Even if it did go over your head. You was meant to be here tonight. You was meant to hear this book. So you may not got everything tonight, but if you a couple years later you go through life some more, or you ain't got to be a couple years later, just a couple months later, a couple days later, just keep rereading it. Like each time you gonna pick up pieces by pieces by pieces until you actually understand everything is going on what he's saying. So it's a dope, deep book. But yep, we almost done with it.
mystery of time. When upon thee death fast approaches, fear not, but know ye are master of death. Relax thy body, resist not with tension. Place in thy heart the flame of thy soul. Swiftly then sweep it to the seat of the triangle. Hold for a moment, then move to the goal. This, thy goal, is the place between thine eyebrows, the place where the memory of life must hold sway. Hold thou thy flame here in thy brain seat until the fingers of death grasp thy soul. Then, as thou pass through the state of transition, surely the memories of life shall pass too. Then shall the past be as one with the present. Then shall the memory of all be retained. Free shalt thou be from all retrogression. The things of the past shall live in today. Man, ye have heard the voice of my wisdom. Follow, and ye shall live through the ages as I.
He's
List ye.
he's saying with learning knowledge like this, you would never die. Not saying like you won't have a physical death, because this flesh has to pass away. Like you ain't gonna live to 1,000 years old like he did. But when you have the wisdom and knowledge, you will forever live on. Your knowledge and your mind can take you wherever the fuck you want when you pass away. So you don't have to be stuck being the ancestor or spirit guide to guiding humans. Like, cause I'm pretty sure that's a stressful ass fucking job. I'm just like, just with the fucking relationship I got with my ancestors, I'm hard headed a lot, like so, and I overlook a lot of signs a lot until like they finally get my attention. So me, I know when I pass away, I'm not gonna be stuck doing that work because I've evolved past that. I know I can go to a planet or a universe where it's fucking nothing but beaches and fucking sunshine, and I ain't even got no flesh. It ain't even flesh. You just there in the spirit, like so. Or I can go back home to where my soul originated from. Like so, I know I can go different places. I don't fucking have to come back to Earth. That's why I'm doing my job now, like doing things like this, hopping on live, playing these different audio books that'll help wake people up. Like I said, most people who are already in my live now, right now, y'all already woke up. It ain't nobody that's probably asleep. But if it was, you probably if you sleep, if you have woke up already, you been in my chat the whole time, like I I I applaud you because I'm pretty sure when I was asleep, I was not listening to books like this. Yeah, I was always interested in history, Greek mythology, African mythology, Egyptian mythology, like whatever. But I was never into books like fucking the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. So, this is a deep book, interesting book, and you gotta keep rereading that shit. Honestly, if you wanna fucking like live what he's talking about, it's a lifetime journey. Like that shit ain't gonna just happen in a year. Like that shit is years in the making. Like so, me, I don't want to live forever. Like so, I don't be following all the steps. Like because I'm not trying to. I'm trying to live to like 77. Then like check out. I ain't trying to be old as fuck, body in pain, always aching, can't do nothing for myself, and be 100 years old. Like, nah, fuck that shit. I'd rather be going free.
O man, to the deep hidden wisdom, lost to the world since the time of the dwellers, lost and forgotten by men of this age. Know ye, this earth is but a portal guarded by powers unknown to man. Yet the dark lords hide the entrance that leads to the heaven-born land. Know ye, the way to the sphere of Arulu is guarded by barriers opened only to light-born man. Upon earth I am the holder of the keys to the gates of the sacred land. Command I, by the powers beyond me, to leave the keys to the world of man. Before I depart, I give ye the secrets of how ye may rise from the bondage of darkness. Cast
If
off
I
the
can't
fetters of
say
flesh that have bound ye.
exactly.
Rise from the
Like,
darkness into the light. Know ye, the soul must be cleansed of its
I want
darkness,
to be able to
ere ye
be
may enter the
healthy,
portals of
like
light.
able to move around, like I ain't trying to be just stuck in a wheelchair or nothing. Fuck that shit. Like Muhammad Ali, he even though he ain't lived to 100 years old, like how he passed away, like he had what was the disease he had where he just kept shaking. Like I don't want to be like get to that age and like start having things like that happening. Like fuck that shit. I'd rather be out this motherfucker. Like ain't no point in me still being here. Fuck that shit. Like I said, Earth is hell. Like you gonna always deal with pain. You gonna always get sick. Like you gonna always have motherfuckers jealous and hating. Like this place. I don't. Who want to be here? Yeah, Parkinson. Like, who wants to be here forever? Like, unless you able to be like a vampire, stay young, stay healthy, like stay fit, stay good looking, like then. But shit, who knows if vampires is real? I don't know. I never judge that shit. It ain't like I would ever fucking come across one of. But yeah, this book is almost over. I know I said if I had just played it through, it'd have been like we'd have been almost done. But I can't help that shit. It's only like 15 minutes left, so hey, bear with me. And like I said, the next book we're gonna be listening to is the Celestine Prophecy. So I wanted to listen to that tonight, but I'm like, let me get through this one. Like I don't want to just cut off in the middle, like and not follow through. So I'm following through. It's not how long you live, but how you exactly. Like it's not how long you live, but how you live. Cause I got some people that I know that's been living a long time. And life is miserable. And I know people like Nipsey Hussle who died at 33, and look, he lived his life. I'd rather take Nipsey's life over living 70 years and like hating my life and not living the life I want to live and having full of regrets. Fuck that shit.
Thus I established among ye the mysteries so that the secrets may always be found. I, though man may fall into darkness, always the light will shine as a guide. Hidden in darkness, veiled in symbols, always the way to the portal will be found. Man in the future will deny the mysteries, but always the way the seeker will find. Now I command ye to maintain my secrets, giving only to those ye have tested, so that the pure may not be corrupted, so that the power of truth may prevail. List ye now to the unveiling of mystery, list to the symbols of mystery I give. Make of it a religion, for only thus will its essence remain. Regions there are two between this life and the great one, traveled by the souls who depart from this earth. Duat, the home of the powers of illusion. Sekhet Hetspet, the house of the gods. Osiris, the symbol of the god of the portal, who turns back the souls of unworthy men. Beyond lies the sphere of the heaven-born powers, Arulu, the land where the great ones have passed. There, when my work among men has finished, I will join the great ones of my ancient home. 7 are the mansions of the house of the mighty. 3 guards the portal of each house from the darkness. 15 the ways that lead to the Duat. 12 are the houses of the lords of illusion, facing 4 ways, each of them different. 40 are the great powers judging the dead who seek for the portal. 4 are the sons of Horus. 2 are the guards of the east and west of Isis, the mother who pleads for her children, queen of the moon, reflecting the sun. Ba is the essence, living forever. Ka is the shadow that man knows as life. Ba cometh not unto Ka is incarnate. These are mysteries to preserve through the ages. Keys are they of life and of death. Hear ye now the mystery of mysteries. Learn of the circle, beginningless and endless, the form of he who is one and in all. Listen and hear it. Go forth and apply it. Thus will ye travel the way that I go. Mystery and mystery, yet clear to the light born, the secret of all I now will reveal. I will declare a secret to the initiated, but let the door be wholly shut against the profane. 3 is the mystery come from the Great One. Here, and light on thee will dawn. In the primeval dwell 3 unities. Other than these, none can exist. These are the equilibrium, source of creation. One God, one truth, one point of freedom. 3 come forth from the 3 of the balance, all life, all good, all power. 3 are the qualities of God in his light home. Infinite power, infinite wisdom, infinite love.
To be honest, I don't know too much about. I know the name about the Rosicrucians, but I never really like dived into it. Like secret societies have always been interesting to me, but I never really like truly got into like diving down that hole. But the Philosopher's Stone, I think we was reading the Alchemist or listening to the Alchemist yesterday, and they had mentioned the Philosopher's Stone. and I made reference to like Harry Potter movie, but I do like I have researched the Philosopher's Stone a few times, so I'm pretty sure I came across that name, the Rosicrucians, but it's not like I'm up on that. Like, but I do got a story about some secret society shit. Like, so in 2013, I had got out the Marines in 2012, right? So in 2013, I got this letter in the mail at my house, and like I was just reading, and it was just telling me how if I had signed this paper and like turned it, like sent this shit in, like I'll have everything that I ever desired in my life. Like it was basically saying like you can be as powerful as you want to, you can be anything you want, you could be like whatever. Get away with whatever you want. Like and I'm like I was a Christian at the time, like so I'm like, man, I had that letter for like a week or two before I just finally threw that shit away. I know it was real, brother, a real science. I'm pretty sure it was real. Like, but like me, like when I had seen his letter, like I said, I contemplated for like 2 weeks, and like I ended up just throwing the letter away, ripping it up, throwing it away. After that, my life just everything just started going wrong in my life. Like I lost my car, lost the house I was living in. Like had ended up working at Taco Bell, making $7.50 an hour. Like hated my life, hated like the relationship I was in, just hated everything about like how my life ended up being. Like after tore that paper up. But now when I look back on it, I'm like, I'm glad I didn't sign that paper because I didn't know what I wanted at that time. I was 23 when that letter came. Like, so if I had to sign my shit away, like I'd have been like one of them fucking rappers who hate they fucking life right now. Like, so I was smart enough not to like make the wrong decisions of like signing my life away, but like I came close to that shit. Like I was tempted, but even like an unconscious version of me was like, nah, I ain't taking that risk. Therefore, whoever possesses the soul of the wise have the power of God, nature in his hands. Hey, I may need to go in search of the Philosopher's Stone myself. Like, I don't know where I will start that journey, but of course it starts with just researching it. So, but I do like believe in things like that. That's why I said like vampires could be real. Ain't no telling what the fuck is on this planet. Ain't no telling. Like they got UFOs that goes underwater, swims underwater. They got UFO caught sighted going into mountains like shit. Like it's this world is way like it's a lot of this shit going on in this planet that's way deeper than what you fucking expect. Like it's some movie shit. Like that's why they put it in movies. So like I don't know. It makes people think the shit could never happen, but that shit is real. Like, and I'm very aware of it. Like some of the books I read, some of the documentaries I didn't watch, like just going off intuition and feeling and like the shit I fucking learned in my life. That's what I say. People who, I mean, wise people is like they unhappy because like they just understand life and like it's a fucked up world. That's why I truly just focus on myself and like my family because it's a fucked up ass place. They say it's a red stone. If I come across any red stones, like, it's a reason you mentioning the Philosopher's Stone. So no matter what, I'm gonna do some research on it, like for real. And like it's the second time, like I said, it's the second time that like that is popping up. So usually I see signs. Like if I start seeing things repeatedly, it's the reason I'm seeing that. So you mentioning the Philosopher's Stone, like it's I need to be looking into it more. So and I may need to watch Harry Potter. So either way, I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna just follow the signs. That's what I always do.
There are the powers given to the masters to transmute evil, assist good, use discrimination. Three are the things inevitable for God to perform: manifest power, wisdom, and love. Three are the powers creating all things: divine love possessed of perfect knowledge, divine wisdom knowing all possible means, divine power possessed by the joint will of divine love and
You
wisdom.
can't see it on my
Three are
wall, but I have him on my wall. Like I got Nikola Tesla on my wall, Leonardo da Vinci, Alexander Graham Bell, Albert Einstein, Charles Darwin, and Nipsey Hussle on my wall. And of course, I got my ancestors, but like I got him on my wall, like so. And he was close to find it. Ain't no telling if he found it. I mean, ain't no telling who found it, where it's at. Like I'm pretty sure somebody found it.
circles of existence: the circle of light, where dwells nothing but God, and only God can transverse it; the circle of chaos, where all things by nature arise from death; and the circle of awareness, where all things spring from life. All things animate are of the three states of existence: chaos or death, liberty in humanity, and felicity of heaven. Three necessities control all things, beginning in the great deep, the circle of chaos, plenitude in heaven. Three are the paths of the soul: man, liberty, light. Three are the
I'm gonna
hindrances:
check it out.
lack of endeavor to obtain knowledge,
It's the reason you
non-attachment to
told me about
God,
this. So,
attachment to evil.
like I said, I'm gonna just
In
follow the
man,
signs.
the three are manifest. Three are the kings of power within. Three are the chambers of the mysteries, found yet not found in the body of man. Hear ye now of he who is liberated, freed from the bondage of life into light. Knowing the source of all worlds shall be open. Aye, even the gates of Arulu shall not be barred. Yet heed, O man, who wouldst enter heaven, if ye be not worthy, better it be to fall into the fire. Know ye the celestials pass through the pure flame; at every revolution of the heavens they bathe in the fountains of light. List ye, O man, to this mystery. Long in the past, before ye were man born, I dwelled in ancient Atlantis. There in the temple I drank of the wisdom, poured as a fountain of light from the dweller. Give the key to ascend to the presence of light in the great world. Stood I before the Holy One enthroned in the flower of fire. Veiled was he by the lightnings of darkness, else my soul by the glory had been shattered. Forth from the feet of his throne, like the diamond, rolled forth four rivers of flame from his footstool, rolled through the channels of clouds to the man world. Filled was the hall with spirits of heaven. Wonder of wonders was the starry palace. Above the sky, like a rainbow of fire and sunlight, were formed the spirits. Sang they the glories of the Holy One. Then from the midst of the fire came a voice: Behold the glory of the first cause. I beheld that light, high above all darkness, reflected in my own being. I attained, as it were, to the God of all gods, the Spirit Son, the sovereign of the sun's spheres. Again came the voice: There is one, even the first, who hath no beginning, who hath no end, who hath made all things, who govern all, who is good, who is just, who illumines, who sustains. Then from the throne there poured a great radiance, surrounding and lifting my soul by its power.
Some things
Swiftly,
is not meant for to be happen. Like you can have like you could try to use the law of attraction so much, you could never reach because it ain't some things ain't meant to happen. Like so, but it's a reason for everything. And like me on my past life, like my well the last one, like I was a musician in search of fame and fortune, like and I never got it. Like people knew who I was like around towns, but I never really got that fame that I was looking for until after I died. Then that's when I was blew up. Like so now, like I've learned to not to be in search of fame. Like that's don't focus on that. That's why I never received it because that's what my focus shouldn't have been on. Like so now that's why it was so hard for me to get on YouTube because I wasn't trying to be seen. I was trying to be behind the scenes, behind the camera. Like, but as far as today, you got to be on YouTube to build a brand. Like so, I understand the power of getting on camera and not worrying about like being famous. This ain't about like getting millions of subscribers and millions of views. Like shit. Even though that would be nice, I have visualized that for myself. If it don't happen, oh well. Like, but as long as I put in the work every single day, as long as I put in the energy, the focus, then I'm gonna manifest it. Like, I'm gonna get some hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions. So, and I'm gonna make some millions off here because I know the power of my mind. I already know what I've manifested before, so I know the power I have. So, listening to these books just give me extra ammunition for my journey. It gives me extra confirmation to what I believe in and like just the type of individual I am. Like, so, hopefully these books do something for you in a positive way.
I moved through the spaces of heaven. Shown was I the mystery of mysteries, shown the secret heart of the cosmos. Carried was I to the land of Arulu, stood before the lords in their houses. Opened they the doorway so that I might glimpse the primeval chaos. Shuddered my soul to the vision of horror, shrank back my soul from the ocean of darkness. Then saw I the need for the barriers, saw the need for the lords of Arulu. Only they with their infinite balance could stand in the way of the inpouring chaos. Only they could guard God's creation. Then did I pass around the circle of eight, saw all the souls who had conquered the darkness, saw the splendor of light where they dwelled. Longed I to take my place in their circle, but longed I also for the way I had chosen, when I stood in the halls of Amenti and made my choice to the work I would do. Passed I from the halls of Arulu down to the earth space where my body lay. Arose I from the earth where I rested, stood I before the dweller, gave my pledge to renounce my great right until my work on earth was completed, until the age of darkness be past. List ye, old man, to the words I shall give ye. In them shall ye find the essence of life. Before I return to the halls of Amenti, taught shall ye be the secrets of secrets, how ye too may arise to the light. Preserve them and guard them, hide them in symbols so the profane will laugh and renounce. In every land form ye the mysteries, make the way hard for the seeker to tread. Thus will the weak and the wavering be rejected. Thus will the secrets be hidden and guarded, held till the time when the will shall be turned. Through the dark ages, waiting and watching, my spirit shall remain in the deep hidden land. When one has passed all the trials of the outer, summon ye me by the key they ye hold. Then will I, the initiator, answer, come from the halls of the gods in Amenti. Then will I receive the initiate, give him the words of power. Hark ye, remember these words of warning. Bring not to me one lacking in wisdom, impure in heart, or weak in his purpose. Else I will withdraw from ye your power to summon me from the place of my sleeping. Go forth and conquer the element of darkness. Exalt in thy nature thine essence of light. Now go ye forth and summon thy brothers so that I may impart the wisdom to light thy path when my presence is gone. Come to the chamber beneath my temple. Eat not food until 3 days are past. There will I give thee the essence of wisdom, so that with power ye may shine amongst men. There I will give unto thee the secrets, so that ye too may rise to the heavens, God-men in truth as in essence ye be. Depart now, and leave me while I summon those ye know of, but as yet know not.
We're almost to the end of this book.
Now ye assemble, my children,
Hold on
waiting
for
to
a bit.
hear the secret of secrets, which shall give ye power to unfold the God-man, give ye the way to eternal life. Plainly shall I speak of the unveiled mysteries. No dark sayings shall I give unto thee. Open thine ears now, my children, hear and obey the words that I give. First I shall speak of the fetters of darkness, which bind ye in chains to the sphere of the earth. Darkness and light are both of one nature, different only in seeming, for each arose from the source of all. Darkness is disorder, light is order.
This is a beautiful
Darkness
book when
transmuted
you get to
is
listen
light of the light.
to the words.
This, my children, your purpose in being, transmutation of darkness to light. Hear ye now of the mystery of nature, the relations of life to the earth where it dwells. Know ye, ye are threefold in nature, physical, astral, and mental in one. 3 are the qualities of each of the natures, 9 in all, as above, so below. In the physical are these channels, the blood which moves in vertical motion reacting on the heart to continue its beating. Magnetism which moves through the nerve paths, carrier energies to all cells and tissues. Akasa, which flows through channels, subtle yet physical, completing the channels. Each of the three attuned with each other, each affecting the life of the body. Form they the skeletal framework through which the subtle ether flows. In their mastery lies the secret of life in the body, relinquished only by will of the adept, when his purpose in living is done. Three are the natures of the astral. Mediator is between above and below, not of the physical, not of the spiritual, but able to move above and below. Three are the natures of mind, carrier it of the will of the Great One, arbiter of cause and effect in thy life. Thus is formed the threefold being, directed from above by the power of four. Above and beyond man's threefold nature lies the realm of the spiritual self. Four is it in qualities, shining in each of the planes of existence, but 13 in one, the mystical number. Based on the qualities of man are the brothers. Each shall direct the unfoldment of being, each shall channel be of the Great One. On earth, man is in bondage, bound by space and time to the earth. Each planet, a wave of vibration binds him to his plane of unfoldment. Yet, within man is the key to releasement. Within man may freedom be found. When ye have released the self from the body, rise to the outermost bounds of your earth plane. Speak ye the word, Dori Lila. Then for a time your light will be lifted. Free may ye pass the barriers of space. For a time of half the sun, free may ye pass the barriers of earth plane. See and know those who are beyond thee. Yea, to the highest worlds may ye pass. See your own possible heights of unfoldment. Know all earthly futures of soul. Bound are ye in your body, but by the power ye may be free. This is the secret whereby bondage shall be replaced by freedom for thee. Calm let thy mind be, at rest be thy body, conscious only of freedom from flesh. Center thy being on thy goal of thy longing. Think over and over that thou wouldst be free. Think of this word, Laum Illa Ganuver, and over in thy mind let it sound. Drift with the sound to the place of thy longing, free from the bondage of flesh by thy will. Hear ye while I give the greatest of secrets, how ye may enter the halls of Amenti, enter the place of the immortals as I did, stand before the lords in their places. Lie ye down in rest of thy body. Calm thy mind so no thought disturbs thee. Pure must ye be in mind and in purpose, else only failure will come unto thee. Vision of Minty as I have told in my tablets, long with fullness of heart to be there. Stand before the lords in thy mind's eye. Pronounce the words of power I give. Makut, El Shab, El Hel, Surbin, El Sabrut, Zen Ephraim, Karel. Relax thy mind and thy body. Then
All these L's, like my middle name is L. Like legit, I go by Kenneth L on my Facebook, and people think a lot of times I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I'm not. People think I'm a Moor. I'm not. Like my middle name is just L. My mom named me that, and I always knew the meaning of it. So my first name is Kenneth, which means handsome. My middle name is L, which means God. So handsome God. I've always thought I was a handsome God. So shout out to my mom for she named me after like El DeBarge. Like with me, I never gave a fuck about El DeBarge. I ain't never listened to El DeBarge. I just always knew the meaning of my name. Like so.
sure your soul will be called. Now give I the key to Shambhala, the place where my brothers live in the darkness. Darkness, but filled with light of the sun, darkness of earth, but light of the spirit, guides for ye when my day is gone. Leave thou thy body as I have taught thee. Pass to the barriers of the deep hidden place. Stand before the gates and their guardians. Command thy entrance by these words. I am the light. In me is no darkness. Free am I of the bondage of night. Open thou the way of the 12 and the 1. so I may pass to the realm of wisdom. When they refuse thee, as surely they will, command them to open by these words of power. I am the light, for me are no barriers. Open, I command, by the secret of secrets. Edom el ahim saber suadam. Then, if thy words have been truth of the highest, open for thee the barriers will fall. Now I lead thee, my children, down, yet up, to the halls shall I go. Win ye the way to me, my children. Truly my brothers shall ye become. Thus finish I my writings. Keys let them be to those who come after, but only to those who seek my wisdom. For only for these am I the key and the way.
So we're done with that book. Hey, I knew I was gonna get through it. Like it was, I ain't gonna say it was a struggle, but at the same time, like I knew, like that book was consciously like going over people's heads. Like it's super deep. Like even for me, like I can't consciously grasp everything from that book because it's impossible. My mind is always going different places. I'm either reading comments, I'm looking on something on the screen, I'm in my head, or like a certain thing like I just overlook. So that's why it's important to reread like over and over and over until like you fully grasp it. You know, I don't think you ever fully grasp it. It's just like knowledge. It's just like learning. You'll never learn everything. Like so. The Celestine prophecy is next. I don't know what's gonna be after that, but that should be like a couple days to finish that. Like so. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was a 3 hour live. Like I hadn't expected for it to go that long. I thought it was gonna be around the 2 hour, 2.5 hour mark. No, I knew it was gonna be longer than 2 hours, 2.5. Because the book is 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I knew I was gonna talk, but I didn't think I was gonna take that much time. Like so. Shout out to y'all for that tuning in tonight. We will be back tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Unless I get sick, unless like something happened, but if there's nothing in on my schedule, I'm gonna be on here. So shout out to y'all for like tuning in, who's commenting, who liked the live. I really appreciate it. Peace. We out.